Please work. Oh, no, now it's working, I think.
Nice.
There it is. Let me check my thing. Yeah, it should be working now. Boom!
We
Bada
are
bing, bada boom.
live.
We are live indeed. Welcome, everyone, to
We're
a
live.
big game here with lots of offensive potential between the Buffalo Sabres and the Edmonton Oilers. I am Don. With me today, as I have to reveal his name here, is Cal. Cal, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Sabres still in this thing, still very much in the playoff mix. Big game today, obviously. We get to see Jordan Greenway.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of an underwhelming line, but Connor McDavid comes to town. It's always a big game, so we'll see how the Sabres do.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a huge game. This is the top offense in the Edmonton Oilers taking on the third best offense in the Buffalo Sabres. And when you look at the raw stats between these two teams, there are not many differences in how they both play. Very good transition games, fast speed, top lines dominating offensive production as well, although I would give the Sabres some marks for their depth and how good their depth has been as of late. But when Connor McDavid is on your team, there is very little chance that he doesn't score. Yet, he seems to not score very often against Buffalo.
Yeah, the Sabres are one of the teams that usually play pretty good against him, considering it's Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
They still allow him to get 1 point per game. Imagine that. I think in points per game, the Sabres hold him to the second lowest, and it's still 1 whole point per game. So that's an incredible player. Obviously, the best in the league this season, and
No doubt.
throughout the last few seasons. So he's definitely a spectacle to watch.
He absolutely is. I don't think there's any doubt as to who the best player is in the league. Although this season, Tage Thompson has been very much in that running for second place in the league. He's had a fantastic season, and once again, Tage Thompson. Let me remind you, he's got 82 points this year. In what reality did we think Tage Thompson would be getting 82 points in a season? That's not.
Yeah, last season he looked great, and I don't think even off of that season did any of us think he was going to even come close to where he is now. So it's just extraordinary to see his growth so far this season. And he has all the tools. He's big, he's got a long reach, he's got a wicked shot, great hands. We even saw, even when he was a little younger, when he first got here, he can deke. That was one of the first things, he really showed, his ability to deke and, get around guys. Once that shot developed and he became the total player that he is today, his game just exploded. So I expect to see, the same going forward, and can't wait to see, his stat line next season after. I think he's just got to keep going up.
It looks like there's a lot of Edmonton fans in the crowd today.
Yeah, there are a lot of Edmonton fans early, a lot of them up on the glass. But if you look at the map, it looks like it's almost a sellout tonight. So I'd expect the Sabres fans to get there a little later. Um, Obviously the away fans always get the games a lot earlier. But yeah, bad look early on, but I think it's gonna be majority Sabres fans.
Oh, but let's go. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Stan, Matthew, it's your boy Dog, Coyote, Truth, Alexander. What's all going on, everybody? Yeah, everyone in the chat's saying how they can't wait to see Greenway debut tonight.
Yeah.
And for the Sabres, while Greenway is going into the lineup, they are missing a couple of guys on the defensive side of things, namely Matthias Samuelsson and Riley Stillman. Kel, how do you think their absences will impact the Sabres and how they play, especially on defense tonight?
Yeah, you got Samuelsson, Stillman, and Jost all out with nagging injuries. All should be back, either tomorrow or the game after that. I think they really wanted to rest them. Just knowing this huge game against the Islanders, huge playoff implications tomorrow. Wanted to get everyone set for that one, and kind of take a little bit of a blow here against the Oilers tonight. But you're still looking good. I think the team's still going to be, ready to go. Cal Clegg shifts into the lineup. He'll be paired up with Dahlin. You have Bryson and Labushkin on that last key pairing. Hopefully for the last time this season, we'll see. But I think Stillman has looked phenomenal since coming into this lineup, and he just blends perfectly in with the system we played. As much as overall talent wise, and his past, it hasn't looked good. So far, very small sample size, but he's looked great for the Sabres.
Yeah, Jaheim, what's going on? He says, I hate ESPN Plus. Yes, we all do. I do too, and so does Cal. Finn, what's going on? He says Oilers suck. We agree. Although this season the Oilers are very much in contention to get one of the top 3 spots in the Pacific Division, which that's not really saying too much though. The Pacific, when you got the Ducks, the Sharks, and the Canucks, yeah, they got the Canucks too. You have a pretty easy division there. Like, every single team in the Atlantic besides Montreal this season are all up to par. I don't think any of us could have seen that coming.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, you look around the league and it's crazy to see how bunched up certain areas are, and then other areas are just blown wide open. Like, you look at Boston, they've had the number 1 seed locked down, I don't know, for the last 3 months.
Pretty much.
But then, I mean, you look even staying in the East, you look at Tampa. All of a sudden, Tampa's playing horrible. They're falling down. Do I think the Sabres can catch Tampa? Probably not. That would be quite the miracle. But with that being said, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it is, especially if the Sabres, if they were to win this huge back-to-back here, they would be 7 points back of Tampa Bay, who sit right now at 78 points, I believe, in third. They would be 7 points back. That's only 4 games away, and given how both teams are currently playing at the moment, I wouldn't put it past Buffalo to make it at least interesting. But it's not only Buffalo right now. It's also Ottawa. The Ottawa Senators have quickly come back, and now they are feeling just as good as the Sabres, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ottawa, especially with Chikrin on their team now, their veterans wanted them to make some moves, and they made some moves. They got themselves right back in the mix. I think the Sabres still can definitely outpace the Senators, but it is a bad matchup. So I don't know if they play the Senators anymore this season, but if they do, they haven't played well against them. So those are going to be must-win games, and it's going to be tough.
In a matter of fate, the Ottawa Senators' last game of the season is in Buffalo. The Senators face the Sabres late in April. So that is definitely going to be a matchup that I think a lot of people will be circling on their calendars. That I have it somewhere. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but it's the second last game for Buffalo, the final game for Ottawa. And given how both teams are trending right now, I kind of have a feeling that may be for that final wild card spot.
Yeah, it definitely could be. The Islanders slipping back a little bit. They've been winning some games, but they still are slipping back a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you look at the Penguins. The Penguins, everyone seems to have them as a for sure, wild card team. I don't know. 3 points above the Sabres, but the Sabres do have a game in hand. So there's a chance Ottawa and the Sabres can both sneak in.
Yeah, I think so. King Dante, who is in net for the Sabres, it's going to be Craig Anderson. And for Edmonton, it's going to be Stuart Skinner, the other Skinner. A Light in Dark Places says, no Sabres on MSG tonight. What's this ESPN Plus nonsense? It's unfortunate. Tonight's game for the Sabres and the very important game tomorrow night against the New York Islanders are both on ESPN Plus. I don't know how that happened. I think the Islanders game is a rescheduled one from that late December bunch, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
I believe.
There's something up with it, right? Because there's no way you give a team 2 ESPN Plus games in a row, especially with the amount of, I don't want to say hate, but, the unliking towards the overall concept. I highly doubt they would schedule it like that, but you never know. Why Anderson in the chat? Yeah, a lot of people calling for Comrie to start tonight. But Comrie, he hasn't really done too many back-to-back games this season, if any. So I think it was the right move going with Craig. Craig, coming off a very subpar game against Columbus, but we'll see if he can bounce back tonight. He definitely has the stats to do it. So,
well, we go down to ice level, and we can see a very sold-out crowd at KeyBank Center. We look at both ends of the lonely rink. On Edmonton side, I mentioned him already, Stuart Skinner, to a .288 goals against average with a .912 save percentage. He's got 17 wins this year. And for the Sabres, it's Craig Anderson. He's got 9 wins, .277 goals against average with a .918 save percentage, and he is the oldest player in the NHL. But with all of that out of the way, folks, it's game time. Get ready, folks, because we have a very highly anticipated matchup underway here between the Buffalo Sabres and the Edmonton Oilers. And we get off and running with Jack Quinn going through center off the bat with some speed, very quick into the Oilers zone. Here's Quinn in the corner. Quinn trying to work off the boards. He has it stolen away and chipped out to center ice where Zach Hyman chases after it. Power beats him and makes a nice move to get around one. He flips the one, but not out. Kept in at the blue line by Cody Ceci. He's looking to get some help from Ryan McLeod, but he can't. He finds McDavid at the near side, and he knocks that one into the Sabres zone here. McLeod up along the boards, picked off there by the Sabres, and now Quinn going back with some speed. Here comes Quinn right across that blue line to Skinner. Finds Dahlin at the far side. Dahlin circles it back near side for Bryson at the point. Here's Bryson, skates, straddles the line, sends it to the net. Skinner makes the stop. Cousins picks it up in the corner. Back to the point for Bryson. Down low to the near side boards for Skinner. Sends a slapper to the net. That goes just wide. Hinostroza now, right off the bench, finds Cousins below the blue line, or red line. He gets taken out by Ceci there, and Ceci will chip that one out of the zone and down the ice. So a quick start here already for Buffalo. They got to keep this up, though. Oh, but they turned it over.
Absolutely. Keep this pace going.
Yamamoto stealing it off Cousins just inside the blue line, but the Sabres, they get it right back, and now Cousins going the other way. Cousins gets inside leverage, finds, oh no, he almost found Middlestat on the far side, but Middlestat finds Hinostroza, near side slapper, saved by Skinner, and now Draisaitl leads the rush. It's already fast, folks. Nugent Hopkins into the slot for the shot, saved by Anderson. Evan Bouchard was point blank, and Anderson came up big.
Big save by Anderson there. Good to get the blood flowing a little bit for Craig, like I mentioned, coming off that rough start. So it's good to make an early save like that, and hopefully it keeps up.
Folks, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're at 1,640. Let's get to 1,650 before the end of the night. Come on, folks, let's get there. All right, off the faceoff, win there by Edmonton. They send it to the net, and they not score. Craig Anderson was wiped out there. Kind of went sideways, but the puck went wide. Fortunate enough. Here's a centering attempt from Bukestad. He couldn't find his man, Darnell Nurse, but Fogle steals it away, keeps it in the zone, sends it down low for Nurse, but a good play by Kel Clay to keep it away. However, he can't get much farther. Fogle back to the point for Ekholm. Ekholm shot, blocked, taken away by Gergensons. He starts the rush, finds Okposo. He drops it back there for Greenway. Greenway sends that one towards the front of the net. It got swiped away by Skinner, but the Sabres keep it alive. Here's Greenway. We look to maybe see a big night from him. The big man, Greenway, finds Gergensons in the corner. They knock it around behind for Okposo. Okposo on the backhander, trying to spin out of the check. He goes along the boards, trying to cut back in front. Somehow keeps the puck, but not for much longer as Fogle knocks that one down the ice for an icing. Woo.
Good pace so far in this one. Sabres look pretty solid, right? We know it's going to be a fast game. Jordan Greenway, first ice time with the Sabres. I think that was a huge pickup. Yeah. I honestly do. I think he's going to round out the team quite well, and it'll be interesting to see where he draws in when Jost comes back.
Yes, the Sabres, they look much deeper now with Greenway. I really like the addition that he brings to this team. But the Sabres, of course, if they win here tonight, which would be huge, they'd be a single point back of the Penguins. We also we'll keep you guys updated with what happens in out-of-town scores. Ottawa is playing tonight. Same, I believe, Pittsburgh. Is Pittsburgh playing tonight? Who's facing the Kings here?
I think it's just Ottawa, and all the games are a little bit later in the night.
Here's the Sabres. Good rush coming back the other way. Jokiharju into the slot. Stopped there by Skinner. Here's Peterka trying to get out of the corner. He's looked better since that Columbus game. Here's Peterka now. Nice move to get away from the pressure. Peterka goes behind the net looking for the hook. He's still got the puck on his stick. Finds Jokiharju at the point. He sends that one towards the front. It bounces just in front of Skinner. Olofsson couldn't get a shot away. The Sabres, though, keep it alive on the boards. Peterka. Down low to Olofsson. Here's Olofsson. Nice moves to get away from one. Finds Power at the point. Power holds on to it. passes it across to Jokiharju. Jokiharju looking for an option here. Just look at all the Sabres' speed and the cycling that they have going on right now. Here's Power, though, stealing it from behind the net. Power finds Krebs at the near side face-off circle. Krebs across to Dahlin. Dahlin doesn't see the shot, sends it below and behind the goal line. Olofsson again with it, gets it along the boards, but Derek Ryan steals it back for the Oilers, and they will come back now the other way. Here's Desjardins, Vincent Desjardins. A good story there for Edmonton. He finds McLeod in the far side corner in the Sabres zone. McLeod loses it. Skinner on the backhand, knocks that one out, sends that one down into the other end. Nurse picks it up, finds Ceci now. Ceci, good pass to find McDavid. McDavid, now he's got some space. He finds his man on the inside. McLeod with the shot. That's blocked. The Sabres, good job boxing them out. And now here's Tage Thompson going back the other way. Tage, he finds Skinner on the far, or Dahlin on the far side. Dahlin onto the forehand, throws that one into the near corner. Quinn is there, takes a check but makes a play. They get it in front. Thompson is there. Thompson, his shot is blocked. Finds Skinner again. Open net and he missed. Oh, it sits on the goal line though. Not in though. It's kept out somehow. I believe it hit both posts. Edmonton sends it down the other way. Icing is waved off. The action keeps on rolling here, folks. Fast game. How did that not go in?
What a fun game so far. Action at both ends of the ice so far.
Here's Enestroza. He's going to go in and finds his man on the far side. Glove save by Skinner. Cousins had him, but Skinner got across and read it well to make the stop. But you mentioned it just now, Cal. What a blisteringly fast start to the game.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, all guys firing at all cylinders so far this game. If it keeps up like this, we're going to have heart attacks by the end of this one.
I think so. Shots currently in favor of Buffalo, 5-1. They win the faceoff, send it below the goal line. Now it goes into the near corner. Lyubushkin finds Cousins. Short angle shot stopped by Skinner in front again. Middlestat point blank. Oh, but he made the stop. And here comes Edmonton going the other way. But look at the back check from Cousins. Although Yamamoto in front. And what a stop there by Anderson. He kept the pads shut as Yamamoto got inside on Craig. They trying to beat Craig. Uh-oh, but Lyubushkin, routine play turns into a mess. Yamamoto steals it from him. Brett Kulak off the boards. Takes a shot and it sends it to the net. But that one is stopped again by Anderson just to calm things down a little bit here.
Get a few breaths in here.
I don't know how I can, I think a blood vessel is going to pop. But this is so fun. This is what I like to see. Two teams that don't give a crap defensively, just going at it.
All offense tonight. All offense. That is for sure.
Absolutely. And this is the opposite of what we've usually seen from the Sabres on ESPN Plus, especially on a Monday night. They have come out fast. But they need to get a goal from it, need to get something to show for it here as they struggle to get out of their own zone. Clegg passes it across to Bryson. Bryson, nice through pass to Greenway. Greenway takes a long-range effort that goes in on Skinner. And already Greenway, he's going at it with Desjardins. Greenway behind the net. Oh, they're going to get it nasty there. He just took a pop in the face from Desjardins as they go in for the kiss. But Jordan,
good to see, though. This is exactly what the Sabres wanted, picking up Greenway.
This is fun. Greenway, he's already making a good first impression here for Buffalo. But right there, you saw the speed that this guy has. Greenway, he's a big guy too. He's huge, 6'6", and if he keeps doing stuff like this, getting involved, getting all gritty and things, the Sabres, they got another added dimension here.
The Sabres have a big team. I mean, relatively speaking, they have a lot of big guys, but they don't have a lot of so-called tough guys on the team. So Greenway brings, both a big body and a big personality too. So it'll be fun to watch him the rest of the season and into next season.
Absolutely. Here's an offensive zone faceoff, won there by Edmonton. They get out. Matthias Janmark out wide to his man. That's Kulak trying to send that one towards the net. It doesn't get there, actually. It sits behind. Fogle plays it to the point. Desjardins' shot goes well wide of the target. Okposo picks a stick up, gets it just out of the zone as well. Greenway lays another check in there, but Edmonton keeps possession and throw this one back into the Sabres zone here. Fogle in the near side corner. Clegg steals it away from him, but LaBouche can't get away from the other one. Here's Devin Shore, plays it behind to Derek Ryan. Good fourth line play from the Oilers here. Shore skates it back to the point. Nurse, he kind of plays that one to the outside. Krebs trying to get there. Shore gets there first, though. And they keep it alive right now in the corner. Klim Clauston also helping out there for Edmonton. Clauston, to Shore out of the corner. Finds it inside. Ryan with the one-timer shot on goal. But Anderson comes up with a huge right pad stop there. Because Ryan got all of his power behind that one.
That he did. That was an absolute laser. And Craig Anderson, he's been good so far. Hopefully it continues, but
Hopefully we don't see more defensive lapses like that from Buffalo. Can't have that going on. But right now, folks, we got 28 people into the chat. Folks, thank you so much for joining us here. Like and subscribe. Let's get more Edmonton and Sabres fans into this chat. Let's keep it running. But while we have this commercial break, Cal, I just want your take a little bit on all the... It seems like there's a lot of drama going right now on Sabres Twitter with a couple of Sabres reporters. Would you like to comment on the current drama between Mike Harrington versus the World?
Yeah, so basically Mike Harrington, if you don't know who he is, works for the Buffalo News. Very controversial guy. Likes to block people pretty frequently on there. Kind of one of those guys where, like, it's his way or,
the highway.
No other way.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically there's this video circulating of him, shooing away a little girl that was the junior reporter a couple of years ago from a media scrum. Now there's two sides to look at it. Obviously it looks horrible. The video looks like he's kind of saying, get out of here. This is my job, whatever. There's also the other side that it's Rasmus Ristolainen, and they're kind of flaming him in the media scrum and kind of getting on him a little bit about his plus minus, because the Sabres, if you guys are new here, have not always been a fun team to watch. Especially, during the time of this media scrum, the Sabres were a very, horrible team on the ice, and oftentimes things were pretty tense in the media scrums. So, I could see, Harrington not wanting her to get involved for that reason, but a lot of people are speculating it was more of a just get away from here than, actually trying to protect the girl. And also, the PR guy kind of told her to go up there. So it's not like they thought it was going to be anything, too tense.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's flaming him. And I saw somebody that had a sign that said, Mike Harrington, hates, kids or something, at the rink. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, everyone's kind of flaming him on Twitter right now, including other members of the media.
He's not a popular figure in that media circles.
Definitely not. Yeah, he's had some funny content, but he's also had some.
Oh no! They scored. Edmonton have scored. Connor McDavid. So during that whole discussion, McDavid and this first line were flying around, and now McDavid on the wraparound finds it at the far post. Craig Anderson was way out of position. There's a goal. Connor McDavid is 53rd of the season. Puts Edmonton in front here. I don't know what the Sabres... Bryson! Jacob Bryson! Jacob friggin' Bryson. Jacob Bryson. That is the saying. That is what I will say. I don't know what he's doing. He is currently in Pissland on that defensive shift. And somehow he loses his coverage. Connor McDavid. Actually, that's not very hard to do. That's actually pretty easy to lose him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, but that's pretty bad from him. So the Sabres going to have to regroup here. Here's Tage Thompson going up ice. Thompson, he's trying to go through everyone right now. Almost got through to the front of the net, but the Sabres, they got to get back on their roll here. And they got it in front. Ooh, Skinner just tipped that on goal. Skinner with a good stop. The Sabres, Quinn, trying to keep that down low. He cannot. And the Oilers get this puck out. Yamamoto's there. He plays a drop pass to find his defenseman, who drops it back again. Out wide to Draisaitl to the front of the net. Great stop by Anderson. Draisaitl, though, plays it back around behind the net. He gets it in front to Yamamoto. Edmonton really turning it on right now. Sabres got to get some new guys out here. They do with Hinostroza, who picks the pass off. He's going to circle back as he sees his teammates making a couple of changes. And we're going to get some new, fresh legs to maybe cook something up here for Buffalo. But right now, Edmonton, courtesy of Connor McDavid, get off running here. Oh no, Lyubushkin, he's gotten caught up ice, but the Sabres quickly get a turnover here. Fortunate enough for them, Cousins trying to go across the blue line. He sends it just behind Middlestat. He was all alone in front. The Oilers, they get it out now. They get it up ice and down into the Sabres' end. Hyman is there. Here's Zach Hyman. The Sabres draw a penalty. Hyman's going to go to the box for a hook. And in the corner there, he absolutely hooked Casey Middlestat, and the Sabres are going to get a power play opportunity here. And special teams is going to be very important here, with Edmonton being the best power play in the league, and the Sabres having the worst penalty kill, and the Sabres also having a very good power play, and the Oilers also having a very bad penalty kill. It seems...
Yeah, absolutely. Got to take advantage of this one, especially down the goal. The Sabres, things tend to snowball with the Sabres we've seen. They give up a goal and all of a sudden it's 3-0. So if the Sabres can shut that down right now, get a power play goal, that would be huge.
Absolutely. Let's see what they can do here. Cousins going to lean into this faceoff. The power play has been better over the last couple of games, as Dahlin finds Thompson on the far side faceoff circle in his office. Here's Tage, plays it back to Dahlin, back down to Tage. Tage can't take the shot, finds Cousins. Out wide to Olofsson, quick one-timer, stopped there by Skinner. Again, they find Olofsson, he's got some room, takes another shot that goes just high, glove side, and Skinner at the side of the net trying to force that one through. He cannot. The Oilers try to get it out. They can't. Dahlin keeps it in, sends it to the front. Cousins to Thompson, shot off the post. Thompson couldn't get it to go, and here they continue to pour on the pressure now with Skinner. Skinner trying to force a pass. He gets it back in front to Thompson. Thompson across. Skinner scores! Jeff Skinner! One-timer, Sally 2. And the Sabres tie things up on the power play at 1.
Sabres absolutely needed that goal. That evens things up, obviously, at 1. Skinner on Skinner crime. Good to see.
I don't know if you're seeing this game right now, Cal, but this is just, that power play was so electric. They were cooking right there, and that is a big goal for this team. Big goal for the Sabres here. Wow. This is going to be a shootout, potentially. It's turning into one.
There's a chance.
All right. Well,
it's going to be a shootout, but if this thing goes to OT, I don't think it's going to no shootout. I think somebody's scoring. This game has been up and down and up and down and up and down. We'll see if the refs try to give Edmonton a power play later on to even things up, but we'll take them as they come.
Well, Greenway, he almost forced a turnover behind the net. The Sabres keep it alive there. Greenway trying to lay the boom. He actually got taken out in the corner by himself. And the Oilers take it back. Shots right now in favor of Buffalo, 10-8. But nice stretch pass there for Fogle. Fogle makes a move around 1, gets absolutely tanked by Clegg, so a good play by him. Greenway gets on top of that puck, finds Lyubushkin behind his own net, and the Sabres are going to calm things down. Let's calm it down. 10 minutes into this game so far. It's tied 1-1, and now here's Lyubushkin trying a crappy pass through center. Misses everybody, and Clauston immediately coming back the other way for Edmonton. Clauston down low for Ryan. Ryan to Devin Shore. He finds his man at home at the point. Shot into the glove there of Anderson. And he makes the stop. Blah!
Good save there to slow it down a little bit. Bad turnover by Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin and Bryson, again, as a pairing, not looking good tonight. Everyone else, though, looking pretty solid. So we'll see if the Sabres can keep playing, good enough to hang in this one. And it's going to be tough to match the pace of the Oilers, especially when McDavid's on the ice. But if there's a team to do it, it's the Sabres. They play fast and hard almost, every single game, especially, every other line except the Tosa line. That line's a little slower, but they definitely still play hard and physical.
Wow, everyone says that too. I feel like these two teams, I will probably mention this probably 20 times tonight, but these two teams are such mirror images of each other. Fast, exciting, entertaining, huge, well, not huge names, but huge offensive producers: Tage Thompson, Connor McDavid, Jeff Skinner, Leon Draisaitl, Rasmus Dahlin. Well, they're no nurse in the same league, but now they have Matthias Ekholm too. That could be their our Henry Jokiharju. No, I'm just kidding. Ekholm is so much better.
Oh, yeah, Ekholm definitely a little better than Jokiharju, but yeah, they don't really have anyone to match up with Dahlin, that's for sure.
Yeah, oh my God, of course. Zoom is already going to try to kick us off. That's great. So, while we do have the commercial break, I don't want Cal to be gone with like 3 minutes left randomly. So, we're going to get a new Zoom meeting up. We're going to get Cal back in here in like 2 seconds. Got to make this quick. Oh, come on. Can we just function? All right, good thing ESPN likes to take long commercial breaks here. But we zero in once again. Copy invitation. Oh, they're just looking overhead at the Sabres finally selling decently. They got good ticket sales from tonight's game, folks. It's a near sellout on a Monday night. And while there are probably like 20% Edmonton fans on their side, it's still pretty good. As Cal gets back in, and despite us taking forever to get back in, ESPN still hasn't gotten back to play. Now they do. They finally get back onto the thing, and the Edmonton Oilers open it off by winning the faceoff. They got their first line out there once again. Ekholm keeps it in at the point, sends it to the front. Whoa, it just kind of sat there in front of Anderson. Cousins steals it away, finds Middlestat. Middlestat makes a move inside his own blue line and gets it up to Cousins. Cousins trying to go to the outside. Good shielding there by Draisaitl, and the Sabres are forced back here with Dahlin now. Razzle-dazzle Dahlin. He's got the puck right now. Finds Middlestat going through center. Actually, that's Peterka now. Peterka backhands that one into the Oilers zone. It's picked up there by the defenseman Bouchard, who gets it towards Ekholm, who's been out there for a pretty long time. Same with Draisaitl, too. He has it stolen away by Bryson, which you won't say very often. Bryson actually doing something. But his pass is bad, and here comes the Oilers' odd man rush going in. They've got it all alone in front. Draisaitl was there. He had the tip, but he couldn't get to the puck. And now he's still out there. Still out there for Edmonton. Trying to get it across to Yamamoto. But Yamamoto can't handle it. Neither can Nurse at the point, but Nurse keeps it alive here. Trying to center that one towards McLeod. Here's Nurse. Down low to McDavid. McDavid with a beautiful between-the-legs pass, but it goes to only the Sabres, and Powers sends this one deep into the Oilers zone now. Skinner, from behind his own net, gets it around the boards. It misses Thompson, goes all the way to center now, and here comes Hyman. Zach Hyman to the outside, cuts it back in front. Jokiharju was there. He sends it to the corner, but Hyman gets it back, goes to the front. Nice stop there by Anderson. Thompson trying to glove this one down, but McDavid catches it instead. McDavid gets spilled out into the corner, and that's a bad call. Oh, come on. He tripped on his own volition. The ref puts the arm up, and the best power play in the league is about to go underway here. Bad call.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Like I said, it's common. The NHL tends to even power plays up, especially for these nationally televised games. So there it is.
Let's see. It's not a penalty. It's not. Tage, his stick is on the outside of his skate. It didn't even cut on the inside. Ooh, the Sabres getting shanked once again by the referees. And right off the faceoff, one here by Edmonton. It goes to Bouchard as ESPN cuts off half the screen. They get it to McDavid, who sends a shot to the front of the net. Stopped there by Anderson, but Edmonton keeps it alive now. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. Back to Bouchard. Fakes the slapper. Holds on. Finds McDavid outside. McDavid with it. Holds on. You're not going to steal from this guy. McDavid to the outside. Plays it back to Draisaitl now. Draisaitl at the faceoff dot, flips it to Bouchard, out wide to Nugent Hopkins, drops it again, but the pass goes outside the blue line, out, down, and into the Oilers zone, and they will have to make some line changes here. Here's Bouchard.
Good start.
Yes, Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back to Bouchard, plays it across. Nobody there for the Oilers, but the Sabres, now they get it out. Krebs is there. Krebs trying to get by Bouchard, but Bouchard does a good job to stick his ass out and block Krebs from going to the front of the net. McDavid now the other way. Plays it out wide to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Bouchard. Quick shot. Non-goal. And saved by Anderson. So
Good save by Craig there. Sabres penalty kill, letting the Oilers kind of do their thing here, but standing tall so far.
yes. Truth says the Oilers have too many men every time Bryson is out there. They got
keep an eye on that
one. Bryson. And right off the bat again, the Oilers, Draisaitl wins it clean to Nugent Hopkins. Down low, Hyman to the front. It takes the shot. Stopped there by Anderson, and it somehow gets out of the zone and down. Bouchard to Draisaitl quickly at center ice. He gets it inside to Hyman. Hyman to the outside, goes behind and around the net. Now to Nugent Hopkins with 35 seconds left on the power play. To Bouchard, back to Nugent Hopkins, down low to McDavid in the near side corner. McDavid onto the backhander, plays it to the point for Bouchard, out wide to Draisaitl now. Draisaitl back to Bouchard, he fires and it goes out of play. 21 seconds left now on this penalty kill here for Buffalo.
Yeah, Sabres have given up a lot of late goals on the power plays recently too, so yeah, it usually ends up being that last line that they try to mix up with whoever's coming out of the penalty box, a weaker penalty kill line, and they let up a quick, a one-timer or cross cruiser.
Yes, but no, they actually Oilers keep some of their top guys out there. That's Fogle. I see Fogle out there, McLeod as well, Yamamoto here on the puck actually. Back to the point, quick one-timer, stopped there by Anderson. Krebs picks up the rebound, but he cannot clear. Kept in the zone here by Nurse. Nurse out wide, shot is blocked from McLeod. Labushkin picks it up to the backhander, and now the Sabres return to even strength and get this one down the ice. So the Sabres, they kill off a penalty against the best power play in the league. So that's got to be a good confidence booster for that unit.
Yeah, and a lot of the times in this league, you kill off a penalty, and that's a huge momentum booster for, the team that killed off the penalty. Team that, didn't score on the power play, usually, a little down on themselves.
But
huge opportunity for Edmonton there, but failed.
They did. They are now leading the shot count 15-12. As Skinner, he has his breakout pass turned over there. Shot sent in by Bukestad, and Anderson makes the routine glove stop. So 36 people now in the chat. Welcome, everyone. I know not all 36 of you are subscribed, so consider it. Consider subscribing. We are currently, that's a burp, 9 subscribers away from 1650. 9 away. Let's get it. Oops, I put one too many. But Cal, what did you see there that you liked about the Sabres penalty kill that we haven't necessarily seen other times this season?
Yeah, they were a little aggressive, but most importantly, they stuck with their zones, right? They kind of let Edmonton do what they wanted to do, but they stayed, fundamentally sound. Where sometimes we see the Sabres penalty kill start to chase a little bit, leaving guys wide open on the outside, and Sabres goalies haven't been all that great this season, especially at, shifting back and forth. So usually doesn't end up going the Sabres' way when they start to chase. But that penalty kill is pretty textbook. I mean, that's what you got to do to kill off penalties, especially against a team like Edmonton that has a ton of offensive weapons. So great job for the Sabres there. But we'll see it. We'll see if they have to take another penalty and how they switch stuff up.
Yeah, apparently ESPN was having some difficulties with their audio. Seems like the audio was slightly ahead of what the actual gameplay was, so people are currently pissed on Twitter, but people are usually pissed on Twitter, so that's not too surprising to me. Let me get this shot count quickly up here, but it's kind of high, 16-12. That's very wild for just one period, not even a period in. We still got a little under 5 minutes to go here.
Yeah, a lot of shots, a lot of action so far in this one.
Yes, and that power play goal for the Sabres was scored by Skinner, assisted by only Tage Thompson. So Skinner from Thompson.
Add another one to Thompson.
He's got
a lot of points.
83 points now. And Skinner, he's zeroing in. He's never actually scored above 63 points in a season. He's going to break that mark this year. Undoubtedly.
Yeah, he's got it.
Unless he gets injured here tonight, which I swear to God,
no.
No. Please no. Isn't that funny? He's actually an integral part of this team. Kruger.
Yeah, that's crazy to think. A guy like Jeff Skinner, right, has a crazy year with Jack Eichel. Ralph Kruger comes in and pretty much sits him, puts him in the press box, puts him on the fourth line, doesn't give him any opportunities. Again, Kruger, worst hockey coach of all time, with hands down.
Yes.
If you guys want to learn more about Ralph Kruger, we have a video on him. Pretty much explaining every reason why he was the worst NHL coach of all time.
Yes. Breakaway. No, not a breakaway. 2-on-1 here for Edmonton. They send it towards the front of the net. Actually, the pass missed there. It goes all the way to the front now. Here's the defenseman trying to slide it back in front. Quinn picks it off, and he's got Skinner with some space. Skinner cuts to the outside, gets around Nurse, takes the shot that goes high and glances just over the net. Dahlin picks it up at center ice now. He finds Bryson. Bryson with Dahlin, which is not a pairing I like to see. Here's Hinostroza. Through center, gets to Quinn, now finds Bryson to the outside. Bryson, inside, back to Hinostroza. His one-timer just missed. And Hinostroza, he's been wild here. He continues to be wild now. Forehand, in front. Oh my God, Cousins just got robbed. I declare. The Sabres again send it to the front. Bryson, out wide to Middlestad. Middlestad to the back post, in front. No, they couldn't get it there. Hinostroza again trying to find Cousins all alone in front. He gets tripped, but no call. But the Sabres, they try to steal it back from Draisaitl. Draisaitl almost had his pocket picked there. But Skinner with an absolutely unbelievable save on Cousins in front. Wow. This game should not be tied. That is crazy.
Back and forth action.
Once again, it's happening, folks. Shots now 17-13 in favor of Edmonton. Although I think we're going to have to add a couple more to the count. Off the face-off. Offside face-off. One here by Edmonton. They throw it into the Sabres zone. Sabres cannot get it out. Still can't get it out. There's a quick shot from the point. Ooh, that almost got tipped in by Foegele. Edmonton works it around to the far side with Desjardins. He finds Bukestad across to Kulak. Winds up, takes the shot. It sits down in front. Anderson could not see it, but Lyubushkin did. He found it. But the Edmonton Oilers keep it alive and get it to the back. Desjardins was all alone and somehow did not score. Here's Olofsson now. Olofsson doing his best to get it out. He finally does. And sends it down the ice, where it will come back for an icing. Icing call against Buffalo here. But Desjardins...
Yeah, I think...
Oh, sorry. What, Cal?
I think it was a good decision there to ice the puck. Sabres are starting to get dogged a little bit there in their own zone. So, it's never a good thing to ice the puck, but sometimes it's a better option than, keeping it pinned.
Yeah. And Anderson right now has faced 18 shots. That is absurd. Scoring chances are leading Buffalo right now 9-7. 9-7. We don't even see that sometimes in full games. Here's Edmonton off the faceoff. They keep it in the zone. Hyman drops it back. McDavid into the slot. Doesn't take the shot. Instead, keeps it now. McDavid on the near side boards. Blaze it back to the point. To Bouchard. His shot goes on goal. It sits. Oh, actually, it went out of play there. Anderson didn't know where it was, but that's another couple of shots against Craig, and he's getting worked. The old man is getting worked right now.
Not the guy you want back there on a heavy night, but look at the chat here. Who scored for Buffalo? Jeff Skinner on the power play, assisted by Tage Thompson. How's Greenway looking? I think it's looking pretty solid so far. Nothing too noticeable, but getting a little bit chippy. So that's good to see. Ralph just sticks to soccer. Hockey, not soccer. Yeah. Horrible coach.
Here's another offensive zone faceoff coming up for Edmonton. McDavid gets thrown out of the circle. McLeod has to jump in. Here's McLeod. He loses the faceoff cleanly to Okposo, and the Sabres now, they'll get it out of the zone. Greenway trying to chip it past the defender. He cannot, but the Sabres get it back anyways in the neutral zone. Okposo lifts it in on Skinner. He's going to keep play moving now. Plays it along the boards. Doesn't get it out, though. Sabres do a good job to keep it in. Now here's Greenway behind the net. Jordan Greenway onto the puck. Sends it in front to Okposo, but the pass was in his skates. Sabres, though, keep it in momentarily, but now 2-on-1 here for the Oilers. Hyman shoots wide of the target, and the puck goes all the way back down the ice. Okposo trying to chase after it. He gets there first. Okposo behind the net with Kulak there. The Oilers, though, get it back. They get it along the boards and out. Bryson there now. Almost, oh no, he turned it over in the neutral zone. Going back the other way is Ryan. In front! Stopped by Anderson. Wow.
Oof.
Jacob Bryson again. Jacob Bryson again. Almost led to another goal. He almost. But Craig Anderson coming up huge. Ryan flipped it in front to Shore, who got a good redirection. And Anderson with the glove stop. Comes up big here once again. Wow.
Bryson is just brutal to watch. I cannot wait for Stillman and Samuelson to be back in the lineup so Bryson can sit. I think Cal Clegg's been decent so far this game, though. He had a few rough games, in his last few, but I think he's looked decent. I still don't think, he's quite NHL, quality. But he's definitely a good fill-in, and I think he's kind of serving the role that I think we all thought Lawrence Pilot would serve this year. Just kind of that emergency fill-in, quick guy, can pair with almost anyone.
Yes. Here comes Edmonton, though. We'll see what... Oh, no. Good stick there again by Clegg. He gets it to Skinner, and Skinner on the forehander with a little less than a minute to go. Skinner, he's going to go all the way to the front! Backhander! Stopped by Skinner! Skinner on Skinner! And here's Nurse going back the other way. Nurse, he's going to lift that one into the Sabres' end. Dahlin goes behind the net. He chips that one past the forechecker. The Sabres now get it out. They get some space with Skinner. Skinner at the end of his shift. Finds Thompson now. Thompson to the backhander. Goes towards the front of the net. He's a one-man wrecking crew. And now the Oilers get the rebound. They get the puck back, and they go up ice here with it. But they turn it over in the neutral zone. Sabres going back across the blue line with Middlestat. Trying to drop it, but nobody there with him. Nugent Hopkins steals it from him, and he's going to circle behind his own net here with the puck. He's going to hold on to it in the final 15 seconds here of this period. Now he gives it to Nurse, who skates this one out. Nurse down the other end. Anderson looks for an icing, doesn't get it, but the puck squeaks out of the zone regardless. And the Oilers with the final shot of the period. It kind of was awkward there for Anderson, but that will do it here for this first period. An exciting first period. And let me just blow you away with the shot count. 21-15 in favor of Edmonton. So, no defense to speak of, but the score remains 1-1 thanks to Skinner and Anderson, just proven to be really solid goalies here in the NHL. Skinner had some amazing saves there on Cousins and Jeff Skinner.
Yep, Edmonton on pace for 63 shots. That's absolutely absurd. Sabres on pace for 45, which would still be a good number. Look at the comments here. Pilot, we need more now than ever. What do you think about Lawrence Pilot? Do we think he sees some more NHL time in his career? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe with another team?
Maybe with the Coyotes or the Blackhawks or something.
Yeah.
But if he can't beat out Jacob Bryson, and the Sabres have shown that they are willing to sit Bryson, that means they don't think too incredibly high of Pailu. And I think Pailu would also have to be put on waivers to go back down anyway, so they don't want to lose him. They want to keep him in Rochester for that AHL depth, which they did shore up with getting Austin Strand over the trade deadline, but they want to keep Pailu down there. He's a rock for that team, and I because of that, I don't think we see him for much of the rest of the season, unless like Bryson goes down with an injury.
Yeah, he would be your first call up probably, but you also got guys down there like, a lot of experienced guys. So the Amherst have been losing a lot of close games. And the deadline has passed for the Sabres to be able to call people up, to sign a two-way deal. So
yeah,
at this point in the season, it's kind of, it is what it is. But
unfortunately, yes. But folks, what did you think of that first period? I thought it was insane. Let's see what Twitter is saying. And this guy said, you never see that many shots in one period. Entertainment value at a maximum and a great period for the Sabres plus the Oilers. Yeah, I don't think I would say either team were better than the other. I thought that was a very even offensive period there. Wouldn't you say, Cal?
Yeah, definitely. I think both teams just back and forth. A lot of quality chances from both. Both Anderson and Skinner had a lot of nice saves. Like you mentioned, absolute robbery on Cousins. But then Craig at the other end also had some nice saves. So we'll see what happens here. Anticipating a lot more goals considering the amount of shots that each goalie has already taken. Hockey is as much of a mental thing as a physical game. Mm-hmm. And if you're Craig Anderson, you're probably assuming you're going to get peppered for the rest of the game. But it also, is a huge confidence thing too. He saved a lot of shots, out of all 21, he saved 20 shots already after the first. So that, psychologically, he's definitely probably feel a little better than he usually would after a first.
Yeah, he would. And with all of these people currently watching us, I feel like it's good to mention that as of January 13th, for the first half of the season, the NHL ratings per team and per city came out. And let's hear the top 5. Number 1, it's Pittsburgh. Number 2, it's Buffalo. We're back, baby. Number 3, St. Louis. Number 4, Boston. And number 5, Minnesota. So Pittsburgh, Buffalo, St. Louis, Boston, Minnesota. Buffalo, the fans are back, and I think they've shown that they're back with how entertaining and how loud they were in that first period.
Yeah, it looks great, especially on, can't say TV, on ESPN Plus. The fans do look great. Looks like they're into it quite a bit. A lot of signs. And that's something we're just going to keep seeing with the Sabres, right? It's going to be a slow process to get back to the point where it's sellouts every night. But the fans have definitely been showing out a lot more this season than in the last 10 years. And that is something you see a lot too. You see TV numbers generally go up, and then your actual in-person attendance stays consistent. So it's good to see those TV numbers, but it would be nice to see Tuesday night against the Blue Jackets to not have only 10,000 people there. Like, that cannot happen. With that being said, that's probably why the TV numbers are so high too, because the other 8,000 that would go to that game if we were a playoff team, I'm not saying we're not a playoff team, it's just we're not there yet, would be watching on TV. So to add to those numbers. But
yeah,
I think the Sabres are close. I think next season, as soon as next season, you could have consistent sellouts. So yeah, we'll see what happens the rest of this year, but a lot of likable guys on this team, and the fans are definitely getting around them.
Let's see. Real Deal Prime says, "Well, I'm just seeing the shots on goal." Nick Susi, he says, "I'm a Sens fan. This wild card race is crazy. I think Buffalo and Sens will take the wild card. Pittsburgh and Islanders going to choke. I certainly hope so. I don't think anyone really wants to see the Islanders and Penguins again in the playoffs. They're just too boring. They're too old. We know what their fate's going to be. At least throw a couple of young, hungry teams. And I think, for as much as the Sabres have been entertaining, the Ottawa Senators, I'm going to give them some love here, even though I hate them. Ottawa are a fun team. They're young. They're fun. They're exciting. They got great goaltending, too, right now. They don't necessarily have to score a ton of goals because their guys in back are great. They are fantastic. And I would love to see the Sabres and Senators. I'd love to see the Sabres and Senators go to the playoffs over those old teams.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see it, especially if one of the two could win in the first round, move on, at least have kind of a Cinderella story, or, a team to root for people unrelated to the playoffs this year. Obviously, as a Sabres fan, if I had to pick one, we'd definitely pick the Sabres to get in. But if both of them could knock out both the Islanders and Pittsburgh, who, personally, I think are two very boring teams to watch, two teams getting towards, the end of their runs, to older teams, especially Pittsburgh. The Islanders, they have some good younger players as well, but Pittsburgh's getting towards the end of their run. It isn't looking like the Capitals are going to make the playoffs, which we all thought they probably were towards the beginning of the season. They're at the end of their run. It'd be good to get some young teams in the mix, some fun young teams, even if that comes at the expense of not seeing a guy like Crosby in the playoffs, which would suck for TV networks that could just boast about Ovechkin this, Crosby that, blah blah blah. But it would be nice to get some games where Jacob Chikrin is leading the Senators out there, and it's cool to see. Or Rasmus Dahlin is the face of the playoff game tonight. I think it is time for a new wave in the NHL. You have a lot of younger fans coming into it, and I hate to say it, but over the last few years, numbers have dropped significantly for NHL, not only viewership, but interest. The game, it seems like a lot of people don't like the rules. The rules are very unclear. What is goaltender interference? What is a trip? No one knows. It's hard to watch. And all of a sudden now with, blackouts, you got, tonight we're on ESPN Plus. People have to pay for 5 different subscriptions, including a very pricey cable subscription to their local channel to even watch every single game. So with that being said, a lot of fans have kind of stopped watching just due to not wanting to pay an extra $10 to watch 3 games, instead of just paying one total price. So I don't know. The sport's in a funky spot. All sports are in the spot where you want to switch to streaming for the new era, but also the old
Yeah.
era still watches on, cable TV. So it's tough.
It is. The NHL definitely is in a bit of an identity crisis right now. But if you can get more of these young teams, like you mentioned, the Senators, the Sabres, even the Oilers too. They're not as young though, but they are just as fun. And also the Kings out west, they're fun too. Just start marketing your players a little better. Like the NBA, their games are so much less entertaining. Even though I love the Knicks and the Knicks are going off right now, especially last night. Last night against the Celtics, that double overtime victory there, that was fantastic. But they market their players so much better, and that's why people get more connected to the game. They feel connected to the player. It's not about connecting to the league or the team. People become connected to individuals more so than anything else. That is why the MLB has somewhat succeeded. That is why the NFL definitely has succeeded by marketing their top quarterbacks to hell and back. And same thing with the NBA. And for the NHL, they have the guys. They have Connor McDavid. They've had Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin. Now they got Tage Thompson. They got Tim Stützle. They got Vladimir and Patrick Kane and a ton of guys. My point is, the NHL does not market their guys well. They suck at it. And because of that, the league is currently kind of plateauing. Why is it that we've seen every other big team or big league's salary cap finally start increasing after COVID this past summer? Why did we see every single league except for the NHL see their salary cap increase? I feel like that's a pretty good indicator as to where all four of the big four leagues are going.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, I don't know how it is in Canada. Obviously, we're from the States, Buffalo area, but in Canada, I'd assume it's a little easier to market these Canadian, hockey players and all that, because you're not competing with leagues. I mean, you are in Toronto, the NBA, but the NFL has, not a ton going in Canada, so the NHL could easily beat out the CFL and all that. You get to the States, I mean, you rarely see any of these players get deals with companies. It's all dominated by NFL QBs, star NBA players. I mean, you look at the NBA, I bet you even a casual fan can name at least one player on each team. You go to the NHL, it's going to be hard to do that for a casual fan. It's you could go one by one through the teams, and the average fan might be able to name like average sports fan in general might be able to name Ovechkin, Crosby, maybe. I mean, if they watch the Cup in recent years, McKinnon or something like that, but they wouldn't really be able to name a guy like Rasmus Dahlin, who deserves complete marketing. It deserves to be a face. They wouldn't know a guy like Austin Matthews, who is the face of Toronto. Yet in America, they don't really market him at all. He's not on any commercials. I wouldn't know who he was if I didn't watch hockey. But if you do, yeah, and if you don't watch sports, you still know who LeBron James is. Easy. But it gets to the point where even if you don't watch basketball, you still know who a guy like Nikola Jokic is. Like I'd say that is an equivalent to a guy like Austin Matthews. A very solid player, but not the best of the best. You would still know who that is just by name. You look at football, everyone knows Patrick Mahomes. You think everyone would know Josh Allen by now. Everyone knows Tom Brady. You could go quarterback by quarterback, and I guarantee half of them the average person in the United States would know. You can't do that with NHL stars.
No, you can't, and it's really frustrating. But I believe that if they fully embrace the whole new entertaining, like the entertainers era, where it's fast, it's exciting, it's filled with guys with a ton of skill, I think then we'll really see them move on and people start to get more interested. But I have a deep down suspicion that people aren't necessarily looking for that. And this is not like a slight against the average viewer, but people get more into the game when there were fights, where there was a lot of just big men going at it, like Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves is a fan favorite wherever he goes. Do you know why? Because he's gritty, he's not dirty necessarily, but he always finds his way into those scrums. And I feel like there's a lack of that right now in the NHL.
Yeah, I hate that narrative, fighting's not part of the game anymore. People love fights. I mean, you go to a game and a fight breaks out, all of a sudden, every single person in the crowd is going nuts, right? And all of a sudden, there's this narrative that, fights, that's just bonehead hockey. Everyone wants to see, pace, fast hockey. Sometimes you need a fight to get the game going, get some energy up, right? I mean, my favorite Sabres games I can remember, just watching, they've probably all included a fight, a scrum, rivalry, hatred between the teams. You're losing a lot of rivalries in the NHL. And I know half of it's schedule based because they don't play teams, often anymore. You rarely get those in division rivals that you used to have. But you also, the rules and suspension rules nowadays, you don't get as many scrums, you don't get as many fights. And that's causing a major issue for fans, and I just don't get where that narrative comes from, that, fights don't belong in the league. Of course, everyone wants to see goals. Everyone wants to see Connor McDavid juke out 5 guys and snipe on top corner. But I don't think, guys like Ryan Reeves should be pushed out of the league because we want to see scoring.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And let's just take a look at what the chat thinks here. Oh my God, Zoom! They suck. They really do suck. We're going to bleed this dry right to the beginning of the next period. But Skinner between two stalls is great. Yes. I don't know if you've seen that. I think that stuff is so hilarious.
Sabres do a great job with their advertising team, with their marketing team. They do a great job with all these little series on Twitter, YouTube, all that. Those are some of the things that we want to see the NHL do, right? Like the Sabres as a team, they do it great, but the NHL, if they would do stuff like that and promote it on national TV and promote it on their accounts, that would be great to see. But instead, they upload, like I'll go to the NHL on YouTube right now, and I guarantee it's just a bunch of highlight clips that they got interns doing. Nothing fun, no mic'd up. At least like the NFL does every week, they do mic'd up for like all the games. The best clips get thrown in there, as well as highlight videos, as well as discussions. The NHL doesn't do any of that. They do it. I do know the NHL does, the wild plays of the week or whatever. That is a fun series to watch. But other than that,
there's
not
nothing
much
else
at all.
Yeah. Let's see. McDavid is amazing, but still most people cannot identify him. Nick Susi says, I respect the Sabres as a Sens fan. Razor is a legend and easy to identify in any crowd. He's a big guy, too. You can't miss him. And then Stan says, Sens are fun to watch like my Sabres. Yes, of course. And Cal, Truth said Ryan Johnson hopefully signs for Buffalo next season. Do you think that's going to happen?
Yes, I do. That's been kind of the narrative, getting down to the nitty gritty here. He's got to make up his mind. We didn't think he was going to sign early on, last season and in the middle last season. But so far, everything so far this season has leaned towards him signing at the end of the year, which I think would be a huge add for Buffalo. Ryan Johnson, not a guy like Owen Power or Darlene, who have been just taking over. I think Ryan Johnson has definitely potential to be a mid pairing guy. Definitely a ceiling of
top
an AHL player.
Oh, really?
Or a floor.
Oh.
A floor of an AHL player. Ceiling of probably like a number 3 or 4 defenseman on a team. But it's definitely great to have depth. And where do we need depth? Defense, right? So that's going to be a great signing. And I think that's one of the major reasons Adams didn't go even more in depth to get guys at the deadline, is he knew Johnson was coming over after the season. He would be a free guy that they could add on, and a guy that's been part of the program for a while now and just never really, was with the team because he was in college. So it'll be fun to see what he does. I don't have high hopes for him. Like I said, it's not a guy like Owen Power where, first game in the league, I expect, some great plays and all that. What if/when he does end up, playing for the Sabres, we'll see what he can do. But I'm not expecting anything, and maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, and we'll leave off the intermission. I'll get Kellen on a new Zoom call here, as we have like 30 seconds before the beginning of the second period. But anyways, Cal will be quickly right back with us as we get a fresh Zoom underway here. Zoom is so bad lately. I feel like they're really trying to make me pay. They really are. They are money grabbers. But let me get Cal quickly back into the chat here just before. But we have a couple of seconds before the beginning of this next period now. If this is anything like it was in the first, then we're going to have a crazy game. Continuing on here. That was a crazy first period, folks. We're going to get back underway here. Johnson plays with both of Casey's brothers. Yes, he does. You are right. He most certainly does. But Cal, for the Sabres going into the second period, if they are to come out of this with a positive result, what do they got to do?
I think they just got to, I hate to say it, cliche, but stick to your game. I've been saying it this entire season. Keep playing fast, keep getting shots on the net. They're going to go through against Stuart Skinner, a solid goalie, but nothing too special. And Edmonton has had some defensive problems this year, so just keep up your pace. I think you could match Edmonton, and we'll see what happens here. But right now, the line is currently Edmonton 170, Buffalo plus 135. So Vegas has Edmonton winning this one.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the Sabres have to say about that one. Here's Thompson going behind the Edmonton net now with the puck. Leaves it there in the corner. Cody Ceci picks it off. He throws that one up and over the glass and out of play. And we have some heads looking around, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a call against him. So the Edmonton Oilers, they did a lot of business, unlike the Sabres at the trade deadline. They brought in Matthias Ekholm, Nick Bjugstad, and they let Jesse Puljujarvi and Tyson Barrie go out. Do you think they made the right call with those trades?
Time will tell. I'm not overly impressed by their moves, but also I don't think anything really killed them overall. So time will tell on those.
Here we go. Underway on this new shift. Edmonton knocks it back into the Sabres' end. Dahlin turns it over at the sideboards to Nugent Hopkins. RNH is there, but Dahlin steals it back. Chips this one behind the net for Bryson. Bryson finds Middlestat on the near side, and he's going to go stretch pass all the way down the ice for Hinostroza, but it misses him. Ekholm gets to it first, and that's going to be called an icing against Buffalo here. So
yeah, and I don't mind that, throwing the puck away. It seems like, a stupid move, but the Sabres have been doing that all season, right? Those breakout passes, get behind a defenseman, and all of a sudden you're gone. So good to try it out, especially when you're fresh off a line change.
Absolutely. 18:55 to go here in the second period. Not any real shots to come up of so far. I just made up a word right there. I do like how Hinostroza has been playing here. Hinostroza has been good. Here, Edmonton, they got it right now.
Hinostroza is trying to stay in the NHL.
He is. He is fighting for a playoff career, or NHL career here. As Cousins gets the puck. Cousins, he's going to flip this one near side. Middlestat, all alone! Missed. But he gets the puck back now in the corner. Middlestat, down low to Hinostroza. Hinostroza, the aforementioned man. He loses it, though, to the much stronger and bigger Draisaitl. And the Oilers come back the other way with Bouchard. Bouchard gives it to his man, who throws it right in on Anderson. Power now behind the net off the rebound. Gets it out wide to Okposo, but he cannot handle the pass. So it's kept in here by the Oilers. Oh, but Edmonton, they turn it over right at the blue line. But the Sabres cannot take advantage of it. That was Desjardins on that bad pass that time. Sabres, though, still in their own zone, trying to get this one out. They just kind of flip it to center ice here. Desjardins back on the puck. Throws that one quickly into the Sabres' end. Lyubushkin on it. Gives it to Power to Girgensons. Actually, that's Okposo, excuse me. And Okposo, though, he finds the speedy Peterka, who makes a move at center, keeps it alive here for Buffalo, finds Power, who gets it inside, tucks it in there for Okposo. Okposo spins at the blue line, goes into the corner there. The old man still got some moves. And he still got the puck. Okposo trying to find it, but Clay was getting off the bench late. Clegg now, far side faceoff dot, gets down low into the corner for Peterka. Peterka loses it to McDavid. McDavid, though, gets checked off the puck by Krebs. Sabres keep it in. Now they still do, actually. Now it's forced out. And the Oilers trying to get some speed generating going the other way. But they can't. Sabres pinch them off, get the puck back, and now Jordan Greenway, the man, the myth, the legend.
Who's on a new line.
Yes,
on a new line.
He is on a new line here, so we'll see how it goes. He's out there with Krebs and Olofsson, I believe. Yeah, that is them. Here's the Sabres. Nice keeping at the blue line there by Clegg. Clegg trying to bounce onto this one, and he cannot. Olofsson is also a liability, so he can't get there. And the Oilers get this one down the ice. Not for an icing, though. Clegg behind the net. Gets checked there by Clauston. Derek Ryan pinches, gets it, sends it to the point for Bouchard. Bouchard across to Ekholm. Ekholm back to Bouchard, and he's going to wind up take the slapper, and it goes just wide. The rebound goes all the way out of the zone and down the ice. Ekholm's going to have to retrieve this one. Here's Ekholm. His centering pass through center into the Sabre zone quickly for McDavid. McDavid gets cross-checked there along the boards by Bryson, but Thompson, hearing no whistle, keeps play moving, gets it back to Clegg. Clegg, from the side of the net, finds Bryson. Nice pass through center to Thompson. Thompson, with that long reach of his, gets away from McLeod and goes into the Oilers' end. He finds Quinn. Quinn looking to center that one for Skinner. Skinner doing some good work. Thompson is tripped up. No call, though. No call. That's kind of, hey, refs.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, maybe.
I don't know if he tripped himself there or if he got tripped up. I don't know. That looked kind of funky the way he went down there.
Yeah, that looked kind of rough there. No call coming from the refs, so the Oilers go back into the Sabres end. McLeod behind. McLeod trying to center that one. It goes off a Sabre skate, and it flips all the way out to the center ice there, where the Oilers quickly throw it back in on Anderson, and now Dahlin. He's looking for the stretch pass. He's got it to Thompson. Thompson 2-on-1. He toe drags, shoots! Stop again by Skinner. Thompson to Dahlin. Back to Skinner. Out wide. Forehand shot. Save again by Skinner, and this time he will hold on. Finally, we got some fireworks here in the second period. Kind of started off a little quiet.
Yeah, it did, but all of a sudden the Sabres getting a lot of opportunities here. Quick develop 2-on-1 there. Thompson does his patented toe drag. That one gets blocked in front, and then whips it in front of the net. Skinner ends up with a chance from the angle there and ends up just putting it in the pads.
Yeah, but that was actually, it wasn't blocked. It was a good,
got through.
Good blocker there from Skinner. Stuart Skinner, that is. So Sabres offense zone faceoff won by Buffalo. Cousins to the point. They keep it around there. Hinostroza at the, his shot just careens wide. That one off the second chance there. Just missed, but Edmonton now goes the other way. They don't care. Draisaitl to the outside.
Oh, that's got to be offsides.
I know.
They don't call it, but I don't know.
Well, hopefully for Edmonton they don't score here because that was really close. RNH to the point. Back out wide for Draisaitl. Draisaitl skates away from Lyubushkin, finds Yamamoto behind the net. To Draisaitl again, trying to center that one. Can't. It goes to Yamamoto at the side. He goes to the corner, leaves it there for RNH. Hopkins to the point. There's a quick shot. Sits in front. Oh, we just missed. And it's again in front, and they scored. Nugent Hopkins gets it in front, and Edmonton takes a 2-1 lead. The Sabres defense, once again, Lyubushkin had a thumb up his ass. It goes into the back of the net. I'm sure we'll look for an offsides there because Cal mentioned it. That looked pretty offsides. But
I don't know if it was or not, but it definitely looked it from afar. Just defensive breakdown power in Lyubushkin in front of the net. Couldn't do anything. I mean, I got people continuously telling me, oh, Lyubushkin's great. Oh, it was just an injury. He played good for 2 games, guys. I mean, he's right back to the wave. But Nugent Hopkins does get the goal there.
So Edmonton, they take the lead here. I'm surprised no one's actually talking about that potential offsides. No, Buffalo is challenging.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
We're going to challenge for an offsides here. ESPN, in their patented lovely ways, has still not shown the replay here, so we have no idea what's going on right now. But
remember, an offsides challenge can cause a penalty too if you don't get it right. So Buffalo must have felt very confident about this one challenging.
Yes. Oh my God! Can we see the replay? Can we see it?
Would be nice, right?
Yes, it would. Thank you, ESPN, for being great. It's going to be a quick review here. The linesman already taken off the headphones. They're going to go. Let's see. Now we got an overhead angle, and this one is offsides.
It's got to be offside.
That's got to be offsides.
Quick decision, though, from the ref, so I don't know. That's usually not a good thing.
But here they go. They come back to center, and the ref waves it. No goal. No goal here. So a quick review. Great challenge there by Buffalo. It knocks off a goal here for the Edmonton Oilers, and this game remains tied at 1.
Definitely an annoyance for Buffalo, though, because it was clear as day offside. Straight from the get, I mentioned it, right when it happened. And Edmonton gains a ton of zone time from that and puts the puck in the back of the net. the
But here,
goal's not going to count, but that shows that they can easily put the puck in the net.
mhm.
So shame on the refs there for giving Edmonton some momentum, even though the goal gets taken off the board.
Let's see what the Sabres do with some second life here. Paterka with some speed goes to the outside, throws it to the front. Skinner with an awkward save there. The rebound goes all the way out of the zone, and Bryson now back in his own end with the puck. He's going to start the rush here, plays it across to Jokiharju. That's just outside of his reach. Jokiharju, seeing nothing in front of him, just slaps that one into the Oilers zone. Sabres, though, they keep it down there for a moment. Krebs, though, with a good jump on the play there. Krebs trying to find the trailer pass. Fogle picks it off, but Dahlin gets it back anyways because Dahlin is great. Here's Dahlin centering that one for Krebs. Back inside against the grain for Poso. Poso looking for a player to play it to. He finds that with Clegg. Clegg now to the point for Dahlin. He tried to walk in. He just got poked. The puck checked away from him, and now Edmonton comes the other way. God, I can't speak right now. Here's the Oilers going into the Sabres corner now. CC across to Nurse. Back to the point. There's a shot from Clauston that deflects just wide. Nurse now into the corner. Krebs is there with him. Nurse and Krebs. Nurse and some Krebs. Here's Clauston.
Speaking of Nurse, a lot of players nursing injuries tonight out for the Sabres. Samuelson, Jost, and Stillman.
Yes, they are. In that, it sounds like a playoff game tomorrow night. But here's Krebs going into the Edmonton zone. Nice speed into the corner. He gets checked off the puck there by Nurse. Nurse, though, can't get around Krebs again. He finally does. Chips it to Cece out of the zone. And they come up to center now. Clauston with a nice pass inside, but the Sabres quickly take it away from him. And it looks like things have just slowed down a bit until I said that.
Oh.
Here comes the Sabres. Oh, but
Almost.
Cousins couldn't get around. Bryson, though, gets it in front. Greenway, forehand shot. Just missed the glove there of Skinner now. Labushkin. Down low, finds Greenway at the side of the net. He's looking for a guy to play it out in front, too. Greenway finds that. Cousins shot! Saved by Skinner! How is he coming up with these saves? He just got Cousins' name. And here's Olofsson again behind the net. Olofsson, oh my God, you suck. You suck.
Bad giveaway, and that'll be cleared. Yeah, tough pass there. But Greenway does some nice work in front or behind the net there. It finds a wide open Dylan Cousins, has all day to shoot it and gets robbed.
Yes, he does. Stuart Skinner with a couple of big saves, and same with Craig Anderson, too.
Yep.
As they highlight Cousins on the little ESPN score bug. But here comes McDavid. He splits the defenders. McDavid goes around behind the net. He kind of lost the puck a little bit there. He finds his man at the point, though. Ekholm to Bouchard. Bouchard down into the corner for McLeod. McLeod to Hyman. He throws an elbow up on Bryson. Bryson sucks. Every time this guy gets checked, he goes down. And here's McDavid again. McDavid at the side. Spins around, no shot. McDavid still with the puck. He's doing the McDavid thing. He's so good.
Finally, the Sabres get possession of this one and attempt to get it out.
They cannot for now. Power finally does. He finds Bryson there, and man. Bryson almost got his pass picked off, and here comes Skinner. He gets decked. Thompson also gets decked too. The fans want to call. They're not going to get it. And here's Jack Quinn. He's going to go end-to-end. Jack Quinn, rebound. Sent wide by Skinner. We got a delayed call finally called here against Edmonton, and the Sabres are going back to the power play. But Jack Quinn, what an exciting turn to cut inside. Skinner should have scored, but the Sabres are going to the power play here. It's going to be
golden opportunity for Skinner. Just couldn't get the puck in the net there.
Bouchard heading to the box. Wes McCauley on the call for the cross check. We love Wes McCauley. That's an obvious daytime, clear as day call there. But and then Quinn, he's turned it up a notch and then some. But Skinner once again with a great save, and then Jeff Skinner on the rebound just puts it between his legs and wide. Truth says Olofsson only player with worse plus minus than Bryson. Yeah, Olofsson is pretty bad. Once again, the
very streaky player. Very streaky player. I think it would do him some good to watch some games from the press box when Jost comes back, and especially when Tuck comes back. Olofsson's a guy who can definitely help you out, though. Come end of the season, hopefully playoffs. He's got a great shot. He's a huge asset on the power play. He's a guy who can put the puck in the net, and when he gets hot, he's definitely a positive asset for any team in this league. Right now, though, he's in another dip, and if he's not scoring goals, he's not helping your team, and that's he's just not scoring goals right now.
Yeah, people right now on Twitter saying that they wish this was the Stanley Cup Finals matchup, Sabres and Edmonton, Buffalo and
That'd be fun.
Edmonton. That would be. So we go to a commercial break here, and Cal, I don't know how good your feed is over there, but that had to be one of the worst offsides replays for any broadcast I've ever seen.
Yeah, they barely showed it at all. They showed one clip of the replay before the goal was changed to a no goal, and it was an overhead cam. It didn't even show the play. I mean, this is everyone's issue with ESPN. Aside from ESPN, though, TNT has been getting a lot of praise recently. It seems their intermission and pregame postgame crew is gaining a lot of traction, a lot of support from fans, and in game, their graphics are nice. Their analysis is great. ESPN just doesn't show a lot of hockey stuff on their network, and when they do, the quality is just not good enough. They don't
Stephen
have
A.
people.
Smith.
Yeah, they don't have people who are educated on the sport. As the power play already starts, Sabres in their own zone. The puck is cleared. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith, the only thing he knows about hockey is that the puck is black.
Yes, that is it. that is it.
Yep, that is what we have for.
Here's Middlestat trying to find Quinn through the middle of the ice. They get it back though, but Middlestat can't. Oh, now he gets on to the end of this play, but his pass goes off a leg and out of the zone. Miss Unicorn says, "I'm on TNT right now." LOL. That's funny. Here's Quinn trying to go back across the blue line. He fumbles the puck. Edmonton, you got to get a new. I think you got to get a new unit out here. But the Sabres, they get a 2-on-1. Krebs. Tries to pass across to Paterka, but Paterka missed the one-timer here. Quinn again trying to pick this puck up. He gets it to Middlestat. Middlestat keeps it in the zone. He's going to settle things down now. Finally, back to Power. Owen Power. To Middlestat. He's going to walk in, takes the shot, goes off a skate, though, and to the corner. Quinn again on to this with 50 seconds left on the power play. Quinn holds, still sees nothing, finds Krebs. Krebs flips it out wide to Olofsson, down low to Krebs. Krebs in front to Quinn, back to the point for Power. No shot yet, plays it out wide for Olofsson. Now he takes it, goes off the blocker. No, Power can't keep it in.
Ugh. Honestly, a good thing. Get that first unit out and give them a chance.
Here's Krebs
or not
going across the blue line to Middlestat. Middlestat holds, finds a man. Cousins shot, sits in front, but no one could get on the rebound there for Buffalo. And the Oilers clear it down the ice with only 15 seconds to go on this power play. Sabres really wasted this opportunity here. Unless they can do something. No, Olofsson is terrible. Olofsson is bad. Right. Why does this man still get a crap ton of ice time? Sabres, though, trying to keep it alive in the Oilers' end, but Edmonton comes back to even strength. They get it down the ice, but it immediately goes out of play. So a wasted opportunity.
Power play there.
Yes. I don't know why Krebs passed that one on that 2-on-1 he had. He could have totally taken that shot, but right now Stuart Skinner's got the Sabres number here.
Yeah, he does. He's been stopping almost everything besides that one shot by Skinner, which you're not going to stop on the power play there. But yeah, tough for the Sabres, getting a lot of chances here. Just can't find the back of the net. But you could say the Sabres got lucky too with the offsides call. So,
folks, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're currently at 1,642 subscribers. We're trying to get 8 more to 1,650. So, big task here. If you guys are new, and girls, if you guys and girls are new, subscribe, please. We are begging. I am on my knees begging. I'm crying. The tears are going down my face. I need your approval. I need your admiration. I'm just kidding. But thank you anyways, folks, for joining us here on this Monday evening for what has been a very good game. But this game, especially here in the second period, has settled down quite a bit. And I would definitely say the Sabres have been by far the better team here in the second frame.
Yeah, definitely. They've definitely gotten a few more chances. The power play, we'll see if Edmonton, gains a little momentum after killing that one off. But so far, so good for the Sabres here in the second. Just keep getting the puck to the net, keep getting chances, and one of them will go in eventually, especially if it's a high-quality chance.
Yes. Hey, we gained a couple more subscribers there, up to 1,644. 6 away. Thank you to all the new members of this community. We appreciate your support very, very much. The NHL upcoming schedule, of course, they snubbed the Sabres-Islanders game from their little graphic. They only start from Wednesday and on. ESPN. And I would ESPN graphics aren't even that bad. It's just everything
I
else.
like them, yeah. The actual visuals are not bad, but it's just kind of the information is wrong most of the time. I mean, I like what they got going on there, but I think they just need some fresh faces at ESPN. Some people who know hockey, inside and out. Some great insiders, and there's definitely some people that deserve a spot. So we'll see if they get it figured out. But now it looks like we have Greenway with Thompson and Skinner. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, that is. That is.
It's like they're kind of testing them. Studio update: Sharks and Jets. Let's see what's going on.
Looks like the Jets have tied it up here. The goalie's pissed. That's James Reimer, a guy that the Sabres may still target this offseason. And then in Dallas, it looks like Dallas continues their slide. They gave up a goal to the Calgary Flames. And quickly, right off the face-off here, Thompson wins it, gets it to Dahlin, who skates around with it on the backhander at the point. Thompson back to Dahlin, who just sends a wild shot towards the front. And now the Sabres actually have the shot count lead.
Yeah.
So
I believe they have 23, 24 shots now. Oilers only at 22.
They've only gotten one shot here in this second period. So from 20 to just one. That's kind of wild, if you ask me. Kind of wild there for Edmonton. But the score remains, crucially, tied at 1. Let's see what the Sabres can continue to cook up here, though. Skinner on the faceoff, loses it to Draisaitl, but Ceci takes out a man right off the faceoff. No call there coming from the refs. Yamamoto, though, skates out of it, throws it to the far boards. It drops nicely to McDavid there, but he can't get on to the end of this one. The Sabres take it back. Greenway jukes past McDavid, or that's Yamamoto actually. Greenway with a couple of nice moves, almost breaks Yamamoto's ankles there. He finds Skinner. Skinner's got to watch out from behind. Skinner still with this puck. He somehow gets it to an Edmonton player up ice, but they immediately turn it. Oh, what a nice move by Dahlin to split the forward checkers there. He gets it to Greenway, to Thompson. Thompson trying to find a man. He's got Skinner, almost cut on inside. Skinner's having a fantastic game here.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Skinner.
A lot of high-quality chances from Jeff Skinner so far.
On the backhander. He finds Thompson, who somehow avoids the check, but can't keep it in the zone. It's forced out, and Jokiharju skates backwards into his own end, just trying to get some space generated for himself. And Jokiharju immediately finds a pass to Okposo. Okposo somehow kept it in there. He looked like he was trying to clear it. Peterka centers that one to Gergensen. So it looks like they got Peterka out here with the veterans right now. So Donnie Granato, he's shifted the lines up a little bit, and it doesn't look like this fourth line is going to do its thing as Edmonton clears the zone. Here's Power.
Yeah, I wonder if they're doing the same thing with Peterka that they did with Krebs. Maybe trying to toughen them up a little bit, because it does seem like every time Peterka touches the puck, it's instantly bumped off, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully they see what they did with Krebs, and maybe they'll try to give Peterka a little edge to his game. We know he's got the scoring knack, but he just hasn't been the complete player this season.
No, he's not, and we didn't expect him to. This was another learning curve for all the rookies as they face off against this first line here. Bouchard across to Ekholm. Ekholm in the Sabres' end, throws it to the front of the net. That just missed the far post. McDavid with some speed. He goes onto the puck. McDavid at the blue line. Somehow gets by Peterka. McDavid still with the puck. Flutters it in front to McLeod. McLeod goes to the side of the net now. Back to McDavid, who sends it to Bouchard at the point. Bouchard makes a move around Peterka, but his pass is picked off, but Peterka was on his heels, couldn't get to that loose change, and the Oilers keep it alive. McDavid centers that one, just misses his man out in front. McLeod. McDavid again. He's got it in the side. He throws it to the middle, but it misses everybody and goes down the ice. Skinner quickly comes out to play with it. Bouchard sees that the Sabres are changing and immediately sends it inside to McDavid, who just missed the tip as he went in on goal there. Edmonton, they can't keep it in the end once again in the Sabres' end. They're forced back with Desjardins. Desjardins, his pass is picked off at center ice. Cousins is with it. He chests it down. Edmonton takes it from him, but throws it right into the Sabres bench, and they are on their feet clamoring for a delay of game call against Kulak. Because Kulak, he was technically in his own end and flipped that one over the glass and out of play. Wow, the refs, are they maybe conferring here? Yes, the refs are having a conference call, and it looks like no penalty. No call against Desjardins there. The faceoff, though, will be in the Edmonton end. So no
Yeah,
call.
it would be nice to get a replay, but we know
Nope.
ESPN's not going to give us that. Oh,
Finally, we
here
got
it
a
is.
replay here. And that one just went. That went way straight out of play. Oh my
Did it
gosh. It did
did it
go
end
out of
up in the
play.
bench or did it go out of play? It looks like it went out of play.
It did. The refs missed one there. Of course they do, because it's against the Sabres. They can't give the Sabres any free penalties there. Well, it's not free. It's a missed call.
And
And
I believe that happened in the Lightning game too. That just occurred. So two in a row going
yeah,
against the Sabres.
missed calls, but the Sabres, they still have the offensive zone faceoff. Won by Middlestat to the point for Dahlin. Dahlin makes a move there. He still has it, Dahlin. Ooh, but the puck just rolled off his stick at the big moment. He loses it to Desjardins, but Krebs steals it back for Buffalo. Krebs along the boards. Can't keep it there for Buffalo. Desjardins finally takes it from behind his own net, sends it down the ice. Clegg having some difficulty handling this, but he does just enough to find Olofsson coming through center. Olofsson out wide to Dahlin. Dahlin throws this one behind the net to Clegg. Clegg to a wide open Middlestat behind the net. Middlestat, he didn't see anyone going to the front of the net. Now he does. He's got a man. Olofsson takes the shot, but it's saved once more by Skinner here.
Ugh.
So the Sabres keep the pressure on, but they gotta get a shot past this guy. Skinner just having a good game here for Edmonton.
Yes, he is, and it's going to be a tough task the way he's playing to find that second goal. But the Sabres need to find it, and they need to find it fast.
They absolutely do. Of course they do. But we go to a commercial break now, and don't you love how ESPN Plus shows the same little flip picture montage every time for Buffalo?
Same thing every time, and they don't have enough commercials. They don't have enough, just shows that ESPN logo, which would be fine if it was like hockey themed, right? Get some hockey stuff in the background, get some logos, get some clips. I know in the MLB they show highlight packages during commercials for MLB streaming.
Yeah, but
maybe
MLB is way ahead of the curve than the NHL and ESPN is. I still don't know why the NHL decided to go to ESPN. Maybe they just had no better options.
Yeah, seems like a good idea. ESPN's the sports giant, right? But it just doesn't seem like they have enough hockey fans. And quite honestly, hockey, is a much smaller sport than basketball, baseball and football. So I can understand why they focus less on hockey. But if your network covers it, come on, cover it, right? Like I think the best we get is there's the show The Point or whatever, where it's supposed to be a take on NBA Today or NFL Today or NFL Live, but it only gets every 30 minutes on ESPN2 instead of its own segment each day. The only way to really find NHL content is NHL Network, or if you live in Canada, Sportsnet.
So
yeah,
ESPN
checking out that delay of game.
They're finally showing it after 5 minutes. That actually looked like the puck went into the Sabres tunnel. I don't know what the rule is for that.
Yeah. Technically, if it's behind the bench area where the back line of the bench would be, that should be delay a game. Because it varies from stadium to stadium where that tunnel actually would be. So, I just don't know. That should be a reviewable thing, right? It has no effect on the game. It's not a judgment call by any means. It's either it is or it isn't. So that should be a reviewable thing.
That's one that's pretty clear cut, unlike goalie interference and offsides, which is two of the biggest challenging factors in the game. But here comes Edmonton. The Sabres could not win the faceoff. Edmonton quickly has it now. Fogle at the side of the net sends it to the front, and Anderson, after being very quiet here in the second period, makes the stop on the wraparound from Fogle. So, a good little taste test there for Anderson as he's in this period. Been very unbusy compared to that first.
Yeah, a little bit of a breather for him, which is good. But you never want to go too long in between action, right? Because oftentimes you see these stat lines where it's like 2 goals on 4 shots, and you're like, how is that even possible, right? But then you look at it and you're like, oh, he hasn't faced a shot in 10 minutes. Goalies start to get cold, start to get a little distracted per se.
Yeah, he loses his focus. I think that's the word, focus.
Yep.
There was another quick shot off that faceoff win. This time, though, the Sabres win it. They get it along the boards, but not out. McLeod keeps it in here for Edmonton. Their first line back cooking. Here's a good shot from this, besides the net. Desjardins couldn't get a great one there. Looks like Anderson did get a piece of it, though. It goes into the corner here for Edmonton. They scoop it to the point for Ceci. Cody Ceci. Now to Draisaitl. Draisaitl into the corner there for McLeod. McLeod behind the net. Once again for Bukestad. He gets hooked. He goes down. No call coming from the rest, but the Sabres turn it over. Hinostroza eventually takes it back for Buffalo. Finds Middlestat. Middlestat this time turns it over. But the Edmonton Oilers, they throw right back into the Sabres' end and cheaply ice the puck.
Yeah, it looked like Lavushkin barely got a piece of him. I don't think that was a penalty at all. It looked worse than it actually was live. But...
I don't know what ESPN is talking about here with Eric Comrie. They just zoomed in randomly on him. Oh, we love the ESPN Plus. I can't say any better things about them. But Sabres got an offensive zone faceoff here. Skinner leaning into this one. Nick Bukestad, he gets thrown out. That's his first warning. One more, and that's a penalty for delay of game.
Yep.
We haven't seen one of those in a while. Skinner loses the faceoff cleanly. That's not great. Edmonton immediately throws it down the middle. McLeod is in on the chase. He beats Dahlin to that puck to negate the icing. McLeod all alone in the corner. He's doing a great job holding it up here for Edmonton. Buffalo eventually gets it back. They start their rush up ice to Thompson now. Thompson across the blue line. Still has it. Backhands that one into the corner. Quinn, he's pretty obviously held up there. I don't think I saw an arm raise. No, there is not. But Jokiharju keeps it in at the point. Flips the one out wide to Dahlin. Skates inside. Shots saved there by Skinner. Here's again Quinn on the puck. Quinn, he's been a fantastic addition to this first line for Buffalo. He somehow keeps it in on his knees, but Bouchard, seeing the space in front of him, goes back the other way. Flips it out wide to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back in front. Nugent Hopkins couldn't get to it. Edmonton keeps it in the zone, though. Ekholm across to Bouchard. Bouchard at the point. Flips this one down into the corner there for Jokiharju. Jokiharju, his pass went off a skate to the front, and Anderson leaps dramatically onto this puck here to cover it up and get a face-off. But once again,
Quinn doing a little too much in the offensive zone. Holding on to the puck a little too much, and you're going to get stripped there eventually, but didn't really have any options. No one was open, so that's a tough scenario to be in.
Yes. Right now, shots in favor of Buffalo, 27-24, so things have narrowed down a bit. But McDavid is back on the ice here for this offensive faceoff. He wins it to the point. Quick shot there from Desjardins, goes well high and wide. Okposo with the puck now, gets it out of the zone. Gergensons as well doing some good work on the boards to keep it away from Connor McDavid. Connor McJesus.
He is insane.
Yes, he is. Okposo whips this one into the Edmonton zone. Okposo gives it to Gergensons. Gergensons to Peterka. He spins out of the corner for Okposo. Okposo, nice spinorama move. He plays it to the point. Wide open. Gergensons shot wide. Oh, it goes high off the boards and right to McDavid. McDavid, bank pass off the boards. Picked off by Bryson, though. Great play by him.
Good play.
Yes, sir. He gets it to Peterka. Peterka, he gets stoned at the blue line there. Edmonton takes it back. Hyman trying going into the Sabres zone. He cannot. Edmonton, though, does keep possession at the neutral zone, and it's with Devin Shore now. Shore plays it to the far side, looking for Clauston. Clauston gets onto this puck. Barely kept it in the zone, but it goes right to a Sabres player. Now Bryson falls. Bryson turns it over. In front. Quick shot there. Goes wide. Ceci on the rebound. Missed the one-timer. Power now. Skates with him into the corner. Ceci, though, gets it to the point. Kept in there. And finds Ryan in front. To Shore. His shot goes high and wide. Ryan, though, in the corner. Great shift here from the fourth line by Edmonton. He finds Devin Shore. Cutting to the front. CC almost got this shot away, but it was on this backhander. Bryson now trying to get some space for himself. He turns it over once again along the boards, and it goes to the point. Kept in there by Edmonton. Nurse to CC. Back to Nurse, but he just missed. Here's Shore now. Near side board. Shore finds Nurse again at the point. Nurse stumbles, sends it to the front. It gets to the back post. They send it in front. Scored! Derek Ryan finally gets it to go for Edmonton, and they take the 2-1 lead. After some brutal plays there from Buffalo, they can't get it out. They were gassed, and with 1:09 to go here in the second period, Edmonton takes a 2-1 lead.
Yep, Jacob Bryson has a wide open power in front of the net earlier in that shift and just pins the puck instead of getting it back to him. Creates the turnover yet again, and this line just could not get the puck out.
Yeah, nothing Anderson once again could do about that one. Nothing he could do. And Edmonton probably undeservedly takes the 2-1 lead here. The Sabres, they haven't been able to capitalize on their chances, and it leads to this. Ryan all alone in the slot. He scores point blank on Anderson. Nothing he could do about that. He had probably 8 guys in front of him there. And now the Sabres got to regroup here. Krebs finds Greenway. Greenway plays it out wide to Hinostroza. Hinostroza to the front. His shot goes well wide. The rebound falls to the point but not out. Krebs keeps it in. Out wide to Hinostroza. His shot goes to the front. There is a quick opportunity there for Krebs, but instead of shooting, he looked for the pass, and now Dahlin can't keep it in. It goes down the ice. And Anderson's got to play with it here. Less than 40 to go in the second period. Sabres get it up and out wide. Here's Greenway. His deflected shot goes in on Skinner, and he makes the stop with 31 seconds to go. Truth says Bryson on the assist. Yeah, Bryson's been on the ice for both goals. Mistakes by him have led to both goals as well. So he is a -2 tonight.
He's the equivalent of he's the Buffalo Justin Hall for Toronto. It's brutal.
He is. Brutal. He is pretty bad. We got an offensive zone faceoff. Sabres, though, have not been able to finish tonight. They've had plenty of big opportunities, but Stuart Skinner with a couple of humongous stops. So the Sabres are to win. It's going to be very gritty. Here's Skinner off the face-off loss. Gets checked off the puck on the boards, and now Yamamoto skating it back for Edmonton. You can't afford to give up a goal here. Jokiharju from behind his own net. He gives it away there. Edmonton, they keep it in at the point. There's a shot. It deflects in front. Yamamoto could not get the shot away. It goes to Draisaitl. He finds an open point, man. Sends it to the front, but it just missed. And the Sabres get it out. And that will do it here for this second period. So the Sabres give up a goal with a little over 60 seconds left in that second period. Edmonton goes into the intermission with a 2-1 lead. And I didn't even think that was a bad period there from Buffalo. They just got unfortunate that Jacob Bryson has to exist.
Yeah, just some bad puck luck for the Sabres there. Not scoring a goal, but that goal can't happen on the other end. I mean, they got tired out there, and they just could not get the puck out of the zone. They had plenty of opportunities, blocked some shots, guys just laying on the ice. Can't happen, especially when you need these 2 points. So gonna have to have a big third here. Only down by a goal, definitely possible, but just an unacceptable effort there on that shift, especially Jacob Bryson. I mean, we've seen enough at this point where he's just clearly not even the second best option off the bench to put in. So hopefully, all of our guys are back tomorrow and we don't have to see any more Jacob Bryson, but
hopefully. Yeah, but folks, let me take this opportunity before Cal has to be shimmied away because of Zoom. Subscribe. We are at 1,644 subscribers. Let's get one more to 1,645 because I like my 5s and 10s and that kind of stuff. I am kind of OCD a little bit of an OCD. But with that, Cal will get you in on a new call here.
Alrighty.
He will be back momentarily. Actually, I gotta quickly go grab a water. Actually, I'll get that when Cal comes back in on this new Zoom. But the Sabres, they head into the second intermission, down by a goal. He's your hometown boy. Are you all the way up from Yukon there, Stoney? It's pretty. Not too many people that watch this channel are from Yukon. I don't know. What is there even Whitehorse, Yukon? Is that their only big town? I can't even call it a city because I've seen pictures of it. I know you guys got a town called Dawson up there, which is interesting. It's geography skills, am I right, folks? Who wants to practice geography? Oh man, someone unsubscribed. That's a bummer. whoever that is. That's an L. You're an L there, sir or ma'am or madame. But we are now 2 away from 1645. So if you guys can help contribute to that, that would be absolutely great. Oh, my voice. I can't let it die. I was screaming too much in the first period. What can I say? But I hear Cal back into the chat. I gotta go get a water, but Cal, I don't know. Talk about whatever.
Alrighty. So, yeah, we had another third period here, and the Sabres are definitely gonna need to score some goals, right? Need one to at least get this thing to overtime. If the Sabres don't end up winning this game, they do have a huge game tomorrow against the Islanders, and the win would put them 2 games out of the playoffs, regardless of what happens tonight. But with that being said, Sabres pick up 2 points tonight. A win tomorrow would put them in a playoff spot, or at least tied with the Islanders. I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but you would assume the Sabres would have it, since they've already beaten the Islanders on that historic Ryan Miller jersey retirement. Look at the chat here. Corey just subbed. Thank you so much. Means a lot to us. Thank you so much for the subscription. So many scoring chances. Yeah, just a ton of scoring chances that period for the Sabres. And, of course, one bad shift, one Jacob Bryson turnover. Just like that, the Sabres are down. But still a ton of opportunity, a ton of time left for the Buffalo Sabres here in this one. And tomorrow is going to be an even bigger night. So Sabres got to get going here. Brand new period. Think of it as a brand new game. Come out here. Stick to your game. You're going to get some by Skinner. And, hopefully they end up winning this game. But if they don't, Edmonton, they played solid tonight too. So it's tough to beat the Edmonton Oilers. Tough to beat Connor McDavid. But they've played a game where they can beat him. So we'll see. Unicorn, thanks for the sub as well. Thank you guys so much.
Miss Unicorn, I don't know. Miss Unicorn, thank you for the subscription. Really means the world to us, guys. But we are now 4 away from 1650. We just hit 1600 last week, so
yeah,
pretty good. But right now, I think it's a really cool storyline because once again, the Sabres are defending Connor McDavid really well here in this game.
Yeah. Of course, he does have the one goal, but other than that, they've defended him pretty well, and they have historically too. I mean, this isn't anything new. Clearly a tough player to stop, but that's been one of the narratives Don Granato's been pushing, right? Stop the other team's best players, right? If you could do that, you could usually limit the bleeding, and that's why we do see a lot of quote unquote randoms out there, performing against the Sabres, putting up 2-3 goals because the Sabres do focus so much on the other team's best talent, but. That seems like the smart thing to do, right? You're playing the Lightning, focus on Stamkos, Point, and Kucherov. Mm-hmm. Tonight you're facing the Oilers, focus on, Nurse, focus on McDavid, and focus on Draisaitl.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking at, and you speak of one of those randos, and tonight that's been Derek Ryan for sure. Derek Ryan and Devin Shore have been all over the place. I feel like I'm saying their names constantly here through these first 2 periods. So in terms of the fourth lines, their fourth line is currently beating out ours, which is not something you want to see because I think in every other category, the Sabres have been winning. They've been dominating.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think this game really highlights Alex Tuch not being in the lineup. Usually in a game like this, Alex Tuch would take the puck and make a quick move or something, definitely get the team back in it. But here we just haven't had that one guy, taking the puck to the net by himself. That fast break type guy that Alex Tuch is. So, hopefully we do see that from Thompson, maybe, once or twice in this third period. Try to do it all himself, right? Try to go around a few guys, get that, quality chance in front of the net, try to turn into that great player that he is. But other than that, I think the Sabres just got to keep playing fast, draw some more penalties, give yourself a chance. Again, the refs screw you with that delay of game. And then, back on the other end, Edmonton ends up scoring that late period goal, but the Sabres are still in this one for sure. I mean, high shot numbers on both sides. Both goalies got to be exhausted by this point in the game, but you just got to keep firing that puck to the net. Good things happen when you shoot the puck.
Absolutely. Folks, once again, 4 away. Can we get there? Who's going to be those Final Four? Final Four. And speaking of the Final Four, some local news. Canisius Golden Griffs, their men's hockey team is currently fighting for a spot in that tournament. They are moving on to the hockey semifinals. I can't remember against who. But
it's against the Niagara Purple Eagles. Big rivalry game. 3-game series for Canisius and Niagara. I believe, I don't know when it starts, but there's definitely a game Friday, and that will compete with the Bandits downtown. So it's going to be a lot of traffic. You guys do live in Buffalo. Friday night's going to be buzzing down there at the Harbor Center and at KeyBank Center. And both events, not Sabres games. So it's rare to see something like that, but I'd assume the Harbor Center is going to be pretty full for, that big rivalry game. Canisius, Niagara, two very good hockey teams too. So it should be a fun 3-game series down there.
Absolutely. Maybe I try to get back nice and early and snag a ticket to one of those two events. I haven't been to a Bandits game yet this season. And Bandits have been rolling, of course, because they're one of the best teams in the NLL. And for the Golden Griffs, Cal, I remember those games, those late-night hockey games with some of our favorite characters ever. One guy that did not have a long enough shirt.
Canisius games are always fun, so especially some of the people in attendance. But,
we see some interesting characters at those games.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you want to see a couple of interesting characters, go to that one. That's gonna be fun. And Finn says, how's the injury status of Tuck, Cal?
Yeah, rumors are that he is out of the boot and crutches, so that's good. I'd assume still at least 2 more weeks on Tuck before we see him back on the ice. But again, we don't really know what's wrong with him. The NHL and the Sabres in general have been very secretive with injuries. I think that all stems from the Jack Eichel situation, and I think they're kind of over the public getting involved and the media with injuries. So they've been keeping a lot of stuff secretive, but I highly doubt, Tuck's out any more than 3 more weeks. I think we see him at least for the last 10 games of the season, which is good news. And if the Sabres were to make the playoffs, I definitely think he's good to go for the playoffs.
Yes, but it's going to be a long road to get to the playoffs, of course. And let's take a quick look at the not-so-toxic Sabres Twitter. I'd take ranch dressing over Jacob Bryson. Sabres playing an okay game, but that's not good enough. Sabres are going to be dangerous when they upgrade from Olofsson and Bryson. Sabres are really missing Samuelsson. Bryson, how do you say not good? Bryson, more Bryson. We continue the Bryson slander. Oh my God, Bryson and Olofsson again makes a mention in the hate comments. I think the 2 most maligned players right now, or 3 most, have to be Olofsson, Bryson, and Middlestat.
Yeah, Middlestat's been playing better lately, though. Definitely statistically wise, but it's on ice action. It's definitely gotten a little better too. But yeah, Olofsson's been invisible, and Bryson has been visible in all the wrong reasons.
Yes,
I wouldn't be surprised if Granato cuts the bench down a little bit for this 3rd period too. I mean, big 2 points on the line. Maybe we start to see Dahlin and Power log a ton of time, especially with Samuelsson out. I think Clegg, plays a little bit less. I don't think we see Bryson, but maybe 2 shifts this 3rd period. So a lot of work to be done here for the Sabres, but they've scored goals in bunches before, and they can definitely get hot, especially at home. They don't got the goat heads though. Maybe they got to put the goat head jerseys on. I mean,
switch it mid game.
Yeah, I got an extra one here. I'd be at the arena, in a few minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right now we got an update from the Ottawa-Chicago game. That game is still tied at 0. I got you there with that one. That they are currently 9 minutes into that one. I can see it right now here on the bottom of the ESPN screen. We still got 7 minutes left. Steven, what's going on? He says, "Hey Don, hey Cal, how are you both doing? Hope your night is going well?" ? It's been going well despite the Sabres losing. Yeah, I will say.
That's been a fun game. Good to see you back in the chat.
Absolutely. My voice cracked. That was vicious right there. Where's PK Subban here for this intermission? One problem, I feel like we've been really crapping on ESPN Plus tonight, and that will continue here. But why can't ESPN, TNT, the reason why people are liking that for the most part is that we are getting to know the characters. Like Paul Bissonnette, Anson Carter, he's your more typical boring hockey analyst. Liam McHugh even is getting a little more, showing his character a little bit. There was Rick Tocchet there until he went off to coach the Vancouver Canucks. But for the ESPN, I feel like their intermission crew is different every night.
Yeah, it's not consistent at all. TNT, they're trying to copycat what the NBA is doing, which I think is a good idea because the NBA is fun to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been the longest thing where it's NBA intermissions and halftimes are fun. NHL, I mean, it's a snooze fest, right?
Yeah.
But I think TNT is trying to copy that Charles Barkley, Shaq, Ernie Johnson, that whole dynamic with guys like Gretzky and Paul and all that. And I think they've done a great job of it. They've put together some fun segments. They put together some cringy segments. But overall, at least they're trying, and most of it is fun to watch. As far as ESPN goes, they just got usually two dudes sitting at a table, going over some highlights, talking about the game a little bit, cutting to 10 different commercial breaks.
Yeah.
That's about it. What's wrong with Tyson Jost? Tyson Jost is day to day with a nagging injury. I assume he steps back in the lineup tomorrow. If not, he'll be back the game after that.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like they're just resting a bunch of guys for what seems to be a humongous game tomorrow night against New York. Halfway through the first period against Ottawa and Chicago, still tied at 0. Nothing really going on. Of course, if there's a goal in that game, we will definitely let you guys know because that is a huge one, especially if Buffalo loses here, which we hope not, of course. It looks like Ottawa Senators has scratched Cam Talbot. Scott Foster returns as the emergency backup. So he is sitting on the bench for Ottawa right now.
Very interesting. What jersey do I have on? I have the Darlene Goat head on tonight. There's the logo. It's pretty nice.
Beauty.
I'm gonna try to rotate jerseys quite a bit for the remainder of the season. I know usually I'm rocking the Paterka one, but try to throw it around. I had the Myers one on. I think I had the Tyler Myers one on last stream. I'm definitely not a jersey collector, but I definitely want to start getting a lot of jerseys for at least one of each design. Is it new? It's pretty new. I got it a few months ago, like 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. I got this one and Thompson Goat Head, and And I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. I don't think so.
My list starts at this jersey and also ends at this jersey. This is it. I got a blank cursed Sabres home jersey here, so maybe I should stop wearing this.
I gotta get some of this. This is the vibe here. We gotta. I don't
know. Should I take off the cursed jersey? Maybe. I'm thinking about it.
I don't know. We'll see what happens here in the third. I mean, it's going to be tough to take away the curse when every single player's wearing it tonight. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I'm going to make a whole big difference when I'm 300 miles away.
Yeah. I do think the Sabres, one of the jerseys, I was going over the Sabres jerseys the other day, and I remembered, that you look at that Heritage Classic when they were against Toronto, just that kind of cream color, and that jersey's really grown on me. I mean, I know when they first released it, it wasn't that, wasn't anything too exciting, but, just that overall look is great, and I hope they do something like that in the future. Maybe for another reverse retro, just bring back something like that. I know if, you're kind of running out of ideas. You got the slug that you could always bring back, which is very controversial. I know some people have been, kind of calling to see that make its return, but I know a lot of people are going to hate on that when it does return. I don't know what else the Sabres do for a reverse retro, but I think the Sabres have some of the best jerseys over time, and they've also had like two of the worst jerseys, but overall their jersey history is phenomenal.
Yeah, and like we keep mentioning, I didn't rank every single jersey. The comment section, even though I don't always read it, it looks to be pretty opinionated right now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of certain very strongly opinionated people are currently debating in that group chat or that chat in comment section. So I mean, if you guys really want to take a look at it, be my guest. But I don't know. I stand by my jersey rankings. I will not change it for nobody. I stand by ranking the Slugs that low, and I stand by putting this jersey set, everything from the current Sabres jersey set, into S, except for the goat heads. I did put the new goat heads into S People were hating on me because I put the old goat heads into B, I believe, and then the new ones into S. I just love the new ones way more. I think they're cleaner. I don't know. I like them much more. I like the redesign.
Yeah, just a modern design, and it's also a thing too where obviously our age group we didn't watch a lot of the Sabres, if any, with them wearing those old goat heads. Obviously newer generation don't really have the nostalgia with the older unis, so
yeah,
they modernize them, make them look a little cleaner, put them out there. We're gonna be liking them a little more, but
absolutely. But anyways, here we go. We're about to get ready here for the third and probably final period, folks. To recap, Edmonton, they had a goal taken away but scored regardless with 1:15 to go here. And oh my god, look at Victor Olofsson on this defensive play. You'll see it in a second here on the replay. Look at Olofsson on that. Did you see that?
Nowhere to be seen.
Did you see that? While everyone is scrumming in front of the net, ESPN highlights him embarrassingly. He's all the way up at the blue line. He's all the way up at the blue line. He's nowhere to be found. That's pretty embarrassing if you're Olofsson. I get you're tired and all, but you need to stick with your man. That was Bryson and Olofsson. So, oof.
I think we're due for an Olofsson goal tonight. Enough is enough. I think he's gonna make up for it.
Hopefully. We'll have to see here. 8 minutes to go in the Ottawa game. 0-0 still. As we get ready to go, I'm sure Senators fans will also be watching and keeping a close eye on this game and see if Edmonton can hold out here. They got 20 minutes to go, 40 minutes through, 20 more to go as we get underway for this third and probably final period. We'll see what happens. Edmonton, they throw it into the Sabres zone. Power is there along the boards. The Sabres finally get it out. They get it to center ice, where it's touched along there for Darnell Nurse. Nurse, he skates backwards into his own zone to start the rush up. Edmonton goes through center pretty quickly, though. McDavid to the outside. Connor McDavid shoots it and goes wide. It goes off the blocker of Anderson, and that's what McDavid does. He turns you into a popsicle and skates right by you like you're not even there. Yeah. So Sabres got to be very careful of that. The over-under tonight for Caesars was 7 goals. I think we're going to hit the under. Just a slight suspicion.
Unless Don Granato decides to pull the goalie with like 10 minutes left again, then we might get a Boston 2.0.
Oh, man. That Boston game, that was the last game we streamed here on this channel. And bloom, that was tough. Here are the Sabres off that face-off win. Hinostroza gets it along the boards. And it touches along their Cousins on the backhander. Throws it, scores! There's Cousins on a broken play. He kind of had it bounce in front, and he rips it by Skinner to tie this game up. Not even a minute into the third.
Wall there and throws it in front of the net. Nice little spinorama there. Corey in the chat says, what's your opinion on Thompson hitting 50 goals this season?
It's going to happen.
I think it is too.
But what a big goal for the Sabres. They tie this one up, finally get by the armor of Skinner, and this game is now tied. Dylan Cousins is 24th of the season. He may hit 30 too.
Yeah.
He could definitely do it. Cousins, a couple of big games in him as the Sabres almost get a turnover at center ice. Dahlin with it. He can't get it through, the pass through. It's picked off by Yamamoto, and Yamamoto is going to start possession here for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins throws it into the Sabres zone. It kind of bounced awkwardly. Dahlin could not handle it. It's shoveled along the boards for Hinostroza. I believe Hinostroza gets an assist on that play. I believe so. Hinostroza again, still out there, touches along for Cousins, who slows up, circles back at center, and flips it back to Jokiharju. So that is exactly what you want from the Sabres here to start this third period. A quick goal, and Cousins, I think he's been buzzing tonight. He's been due for one, too.
Definitely, yeah. He got robbed earlier in the game, had another great chance in the second. So good to see him get on the score sheet tonight, and exactly what you needed if you're the Sabres fan right now.
Here's Lyubushkin. He can't keep it in the Sabres zone. Turns it over at the blue line. Edmonton comes back the other way with Desjardins, but he slowly goes into the Sabres zone. Lyubushkin cannot get to that puck. It's shoveled back to the point where the quick shot is blocked away by Anderson. Labushkin again with it in the corner. Edmonton steals it from him. Desjardins passed down the boards, picked off though by Krebs in the corner. McLeod is there. McLeod gets it in front. No shot yet. Stolen away finally by Krebs. And Krebs leads 3 to center, but his pass is off the mark. Picked off there by Bukestad, who was acquired at the trade deadline from the Arizona Coyotes. But here's Brett Kulak. He's been something this season for Edmonton. They've really liked how he's kind of emerged from his Montreal days. Edmonton tips it into the Sabres end. Krebs, or Yokiyahu actually, behind the net. Can't get it out. Nurse keeps it in. Nurse goes right off the post. Another shot that goes off the outside of the net there. The spinorama shot from Derek Ryan again. This fourth line really doing good things for Edmonton. They can't keep it in the zone. Sabres eventually take it back. And they're going to get this puck in their own end with Owen Power now. Just to slow things down here, Power with the puck. Power plays it out wide to Dahlin, and there's this pairing here, Dahlin and Power. You called it. They're probably going to get a ton of ice time, and I think they've been out here for almost every shift. Here's Ekholm, though, skating out of the corner, gets it up to Fogo. Fogo finds McDavid inside. McDavid scores! He goes 5-for-1 Anderson. And Dahlin, that's why you don't pinch when Connor McDavid is on the ice. It's his second of the game, and Edmonton quickly takes the lead back here, 3-2.
Yeah, McDavid just taking over the game here. I mean, you got to know when he's on the ice. You got to focus. You got to target him, and Sabres lose him there, and that cannot happen. Bryson
alert! Bryson alert! He was defending there.
No. Come on, step up! I know it's Connor McDavid, but dude, make a play.
I don't know what
lazy stick and flailing it out there for Bryson, of course.
And Anderson, I'm not sure what he was doing there too. He gets caught 5-hole. That's a goal, and that's a lead for Edmonton. Hey, we gained another sub when that goal happened. Hey. That's Connor McDavid's 54th of the season, folks. 54 goals. Insane. So the Sabres got to do it all over again here. Yokiyahu with the puck. He plays it out wide to Power. Power crosses the blue line, throws it into the Edmonton zone. They get it along the boards, but not out. Yokiyahu, though, his pinch doesn't work, and Draisaitl coming back the other way. Leon Draisaitl forced to the outside, though, and he stopped at the blue line. Great play by Middlestat, but the puck bounces over a Power stick, and how did they not score? Yamamoto had it at the side of the net. Anderson was flailing, but Cousins got there first, and Cousins leads the rush. Takes the shot. That's saved, though, by Skinner. Damn. Oh, man.
Still a lot of time left for the Sabres, but yeah, definitely an unfortunate series of events there. Just Jacob Bryson, I mean, this dude's got to go. It's every single night, same thing. He's out there for every goal against. It's just unacceptable.
He is a -3 tonight. Wow.
Can't happen.
No, it can't. And I got worried when I saw he'd be playing tonight against McDavid, and we talked about it a little bit pregame, and it's not working. Jacob Bryson needs to be benched here. He has been brutal in this game. Here's Thompson. Leans into this faceoff, loses it. Edmonton fires it off the boards and out of the zone. Thompson has to skate after it. Plays it back to Clegg. Clegg to the outside for Skinner. Finds Thompson with some space on the inside. He gets it to Jack Quinn. Quinn back to Thompson down the goal line. Thompson now skates to the faceoff dot. Gets thrown down. No call, but he finds Skinner. Skinner onto the backhander. Cuts to the front, but it's stopped by the other Skinner. Skinner on Skinner again. He's looking for that second of the game, but he could not get it there. And, the Sabres, they're patented 3 goals against here. Lovely.
Yep, every single night it happens. I mean, again, at the deadline, at least you get a little defensive help, but you don't address the goaltender situation. And I don't think Craig Anderson's been bad. He's been peppered tonight, but again, 3 goals against. It's probably going to end up being 4 or 5. You're going to have to score some more goals here if you're the Sabres. Just can't happen. If you want to be a playoff team, you can't continue this.
Greenway's going to lean into this faceoff. He's out there again with Krebs and Olofsson. Greenway cleanly loses it. Edmonton scoops this one to center ice, but they can't get it farther. Edmonton looking for a hand pass. They got it. Olofsson as he skates away. I didn't really see the glove there, but the refs did. They listened to the Oilers, and We're going to get a face-off coming up here just outside the Sabres end, which is unfortunate. Connor McDavid's 12th multi-goal game. Are the Sabres really going to lose to the Connor McDavid Oilers? It's not even Edmonton. It's just Connor McDavid right now. But he's that good. He can literally take over and do a game by himself. He can win a game by himself. There was an elbow that caught up Jokiharju up high off that faceoff. No call, though, from the refs. Greenway, though, slides it out wide to Jokiharju. Jokiharju down the boards and into the Oilers zone. Throws that one again to the point for Dahlin. Dahlin, no Bryson out there, interestingly enough. Dahlin doesn't get the puck off. He gets checked down on the boards. Still no call from the refs, and it gets out of the zone. Oilers, though, with Warren Foegele. What are we doing back there? I swear to God. Okay, that's Jokiharju. I was going to say, if that's Bryson, then I'm going to be angry. Here's Greenway. He lifts this one in on Skinner. He strangely decides to keep play going. Greenway takes a run at Ceci. Darnell Nurse also, again, gets it by Greenway, but not out. Kept in along the boards there by Girgensons to Greenway. Greenway peppers Ceci there, but he can't win the battle. Derek Ryan eventually gets this puck and gets it out of the zone. Labushkin has to chase back for it, and his backhander, his pass is off the mark. Rough.
Jorgensen's got a stick in there low, and that could have been called a trip possibly. I mean, completely away from the play, but still.
Absolutely.
Here's a move there by Okposo.
He goes into the Oilers zone, onto the backhander, throws it one to the net. That just missed. Okposo again into the corner. He gets some help. Oh, no, he did not. 2-on-1. Draisaitl with Ryan. Draisaitl still with it. Across. Picked off, but he still has the puck. Oh, it's finally defended away there by Buffalo, and they come back up ice, but Peterka's pass missed it there.
How many guys do the Oilers have on the ice? Oh, my gosh. It seems they're everywhere.
Here's Labushkin. Oh, my God, Labushkin, can you make a pass? Holy crap, turns it over to the point. I swear they score. Bouchard, his shot is blocked in front. The rebound sits there. Nugent Hopkins out wide.
Somebody's crawling. Cousins is crawling.
He doesn't have a blade on his stick. Oh, it's set in front.
Oh, boy.
Did they score? No. Covered finally up there by Anderson.
God, good save.
Wow. If that were UPL, that'd be going in.
Absolutely, yeah. Cousins loses the blade on his skate, and he was just crawling to the bench there. Oh man. What a scramble.
Yeah, mad scramble. Sabres lucky, and they have not been playing good since their goal early in the period. They really got it. This is a big period for them, too, and you got to get something from this game. You have to get a point here, at the very least. I don't care if they lose in overtime, but what a big, strong pad there from Anderson. The Sabres did a good job to clear it out, and that's what you got to keep doing. Update, Chicago has taken the lead. Chicago with a 1-0 lead with a little over a minute to go. So Ottawa down by a goal. It's 1-0 Chicago over Ottawa. That's nice. We like that here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want Ottawa to overtake us in the standings.
Definitely not. A lot of these teams that we're fighting for a spot with have easier schedules than us too. The Sabres have a tough schedule coming up, but it does get a little easier towards the very end. So if they could just hang in there, they do have a chance. But you're definitely gonna have to get some points tonight, and if you don't, you need to against the Islanders tomorrow.
Cal, you say something about difficult schedule, but if you look at it, they're against a lot of other playoff teams. And if the Sabres are truly a playoff team, they should be winning these games, wouldn't you think?
That is very true. Yeah, if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat playoff teams. I don't think me or you are expecting, even if the Sabres do make the playoffs, them to even win, 2 games in the playoffs. But just getting there would be such a huge step for this franchise. So with that being said, you got to win some of these games. You got to at least take that baby step, make the playoffs, so that when you can build in the offseason and try to mold your Stanley Cup winning team, that those guys out there have playoff experience. They're not threatened by the moment, and they feel comfortable playing in the big scenarios. Because like I've mentioned before, I mean, you got Skinner, who's a veteran, never seen playoff hockey. You got Alex Tuck, who has seen I believe he's seen some with Vegas, and then you got guys like Okposo, Zemgus. Okposo hasn't been there in forever. Zemgus Girgensons has never seen playoff hockey. So a lot of these veteran guys, your defense, your top defenders, Dahlin, Power, very young, have never seen playoff hockey.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of time, a lot of time spent in the league for a very little amount of playoff experience on this roster.
And we return to play here. ESPN finally returns from their commercial break. The Sabres win the defensive zone faceoff, but they cannot get it out. Edmonton really pressuring. They are feeling themselves. The Sabres got to weather the storm here, but Dahlin cannot get it out. Fogle along the boards has it stolen away finally by Jack Quinn, and Jack Quinn flips it up towards Skinner. Skinner centers that one. Thompson and Quinn! His shot just missed. Oh, he was sitting in front again, but here's Dahlin on the rebound. Finds Quinn. Quinn onto the forehander. Back to Dahlin. Dahlin sends that one towards the net. It just missed. And it oh, come on, Zoom. It finally goes along the boards. Edmonton sends it down the ice, but not far enough for an icing here. Here's razzle-dazzle Dahlin. Dahlin with the puck. Plays it out wide to Jordan Greenway. Greenway's getting a ton of time here in this game. Trying to get it forward. He can't get it even by the blue line, but he quickly gets back on sides as the Sabres go into the Edmonton zone. Here's Krebs behind the net, getting somewhat taken out here. Haven't really seen too much of Hinostroza in this period. I'm not sure why. He's been very good this game.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more of him this period for sure.
Here's Clegg. Flips this one up to Greenway. He's getting a lot of ice time. He checks Desjardins as he goes into the Edmonton zone. Edmonton immediately, though, clears it. Power plays it across on the blue line. The Sabres are going to touch up there and wait this one out a little bit. They're going to circle around here with Krebs. Krebs to Middlestad. Middlestad makes a move along the board. Still has the puck with some help from Hinostroza.
Getting held a little bit there. No call.
Definitely. Gets it eventually to Cousins. Cousins to Clegg. Clegg to the front. Middlestad just missed the redirection. And there's Hinostroza back on the ice. He's playing defense right now. He's got it now along the boards. Nice pass inside for Cousins. Cousins down. It goes to the front. Turnover there. Sabres could not jump on it, though. Here's Middlestad. Middlestad in the corner. He still has it. Sends it to the front. Cousins. He missed. Nobody. Miscommunication with his defenseman. Dahlin and Jokiharju. I will say Bryson has not been back on the ice since the third goal. Hinostroza misses the tip in, and that one goes for an icing.
10:54 to go here in the third.
This is going to be tough.
Still plenty of time. Sabres getting a lot of chances here. Thompson with a beautiful move there, and then Quinn. Quinn's been great on this first line, but could not go 5-hole there to beat Skinner on that replay.
Yeah. Here's one face-off there by Buffalo. They win it in their own defensive zone finally. Jokiharju on the puck. Plays it off the boards, but Middlestad can't keep control of it. Here comes Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan trying to go into the backhander there. Power does a great job to box him out there and keep control here for Buffalo. He gets it along the boards to Okposo, but Okposo just kind of overskates the puck here. Edmonton steals it back. Darnell Nurse with some quick passing, finds CC, who finds his forward, and they tip it into the Sabre zone very quickly. Here's Lyubushkin off the boards to Okposo, gets it out wide to Peterka. Peterka with some speed. Peterka, long-range shot. That is, once again, saved by Skinner. And, folks, we are now 2 away from 1650. Who's going to be the final 2 here, folks? Come on. I know you guys want to. Who's the final 2? Who's the final 2? Yeah. But if we can get there, that'd be amazing. That'd be so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But the Sabres, their first line out here again. Tage, he's looking for a goal. We got to see him, right? Here's Skinner. He tried to do the typical face-off win there to Quinn. But he gets it to Thompson. The one-timer goes just wide. Here's Power now. Power.
What a move.
What a move. Goes to the near side. Skinner shoots, save. Sends it out in front again, and Skinner somehow gets on top of that puck and controls it. Jeff looks frustrated there. He thought he should have scored that one.
Great opportunities there for the Sabres. Stuart Skinner having an absolute show out here. Great move by Owen Power, and then he gets it right across Skinner. Has a wide open one-on-one look there, and Skinner is able to save him on the shoulder.
He got near post, and now Edmonton or ESPN, it looks like they're going to take a commercial break here. Yeah, right when the Sabres are gaining momentum. Yep. So we're going to get a new Zoom here for Cal so that I don't lose him. Get him off. Get him back on very quickly. But the Sabres, they're pushing. They're getting closer. I will say that. They are getting closer here. So, folks, stick around. This is going to be a wild final 10 minutes here in this game. It's been a great game so far. Two very entertaining teams. The Sabres, they won this first meeting early in the season, 3-2. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. As Cal gets back in again. Oh, but we got the final half of this period, Cal. Can the Sabres do it?
They definitely can. They've been putting some pressure on, but they're going to have to take some chances. And I don't like the sound of that with McDavid on the other end, right? Defenders are going to be pinching even more than they usually do. So there's a good chance Edmonton gets a lot of chances as well during this final stretch. But the next goal is going to be crucial.
Yeah. Corey asks, do you think that Cousins has any more hat tricks in him this season? Yes.
Maybe one. We'll see.
Cammy says...
It's awesome to see.
Oh, Cammy was agreeing with us. Okay, that's fun. That's a funny name. Edmonton has more skill, I feel like. And Corey says, another Corey, we're making Skinner look like prime Vasilevsky. Don't we usually do that, though, with mid-goalies?
Yeah. It always happens.
And ESPN, of course, highlighting they're trying to make him the new Phillip Rivers, it seems like, by putting up all of his sibling names on the screen there. The Sabres, they keep this first line out here. Skinner leaning into this faceoff right now. He loses it. That's great, of course. Edmonton, though, they cannot get it out. That long reach of Thompson barely keeps it in. And there's Quinn stealing it away, flips that one back into the Oilers zone, but the Sabres were trying to get back on sides there. So they had to vacate the area, vacate the premises, and they're forced back to the neutral zone. Dahlin throws that one in, off the boards. It goes to the far side. Nurse can't get it out. Sabres keep it in. Not anymore, though. Their intended pass goes off a leg, out to center ice now. And Power holds on to this, gives it to Dahlin. Still no Bryson. Looks like he's been benched. Power now.
For good reason.
Yes. To center ice for For Dahlin. For Dahlin. Dahlin leads it on to Tage, but Tage cannot keep possession here for Buffalo. Edmonton gets it out. They go to center now. And there's McDavid. McDavid, 2-on-1. McDavid to the backhander. Power forces him to the outside. And the Oilers, they can't keep it in the zone. Great play there by Owen.
Sabres need to change. This top line's been out there forever.
Yeah. Great play, though, by Owen Power as he gets checked while he makes the breakout pass. He finds Middlestat, who gets it to Hinostroza. Hinostroza to the backhand. Finds Cousins, but his shot just goes wide. McDavid trying to start the rush. He will. Gets it to Fogo. Fogo steps inside on Bryson, but there's enough Sabres players behind him. But they can't get it out. Here's Zach Hyman in the corner here for Edmonton. He's just kind of getting the clock. Middlestat, what are you doing? In front. Shot goes wide from Draisaitl. And here's Draisaitl keeping it in at the blue line to Kulak. Kulak, he throws that one behind the net.
There he is.
Oh no. Bryson is there. Bryson alert. He can't get it out of the zone. Kept in it at the point by Kulak. Kulak with a shot. Tipped on goal. Anderson makes a stop. Oh boy. Get him off. Get him off right now. Go. I want to see his ass scooting his way off the ice now. Please.
This is brutal.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yeah, but we're just looking back at that 2015 draft class.
What a draft class that was, too. We knew it was stacked at the time, but a lot of the players did end up turning out good for their teams.
Yeah, pretty good. 35 people in the chat. Folks, 2 subscribers away from 1650. I almost said 1350. I'm not sure why. Face-off win right off the... Hyman robbed there by Anderson. It goes to the point now for Ceci. Ceci throws it down behind the wall for Clegg. Clegg keeps it for Buffalo, and thank the Lord that Bryson is back off the ice. But the Sabres, they can't really get it out. Jordan Greenway on the puck now. Gets it to Peterka. Or Olofsson with some speed going up ice. Crosses the Edmonton blue line. Goes out wide. Holds it up. Sends it to the front. Greenway. The pass was just behind him. Edmonton gets on the rebound. They get it out of the zone. And they get some space. They go back the other way. Devin Shore almost got onto the end of that turnover. Olofsson takes a man out.
Hit by
Krebs,
Olofsson.
Krebs with a good hit there. Greenway holds it up now for Buffalo. Gives it back to Clegg. Time is ticking. Oh, come on. My clock wasn't running. It's less than 7 to go here now, folks. 6:55. Quinn making a nice move. Nice pass inside for Thompson. Thompson thought about splitting the defenseman. Could not do so. Wasn't enough space there. Edmonton once again gets it out. McLeod trying to get some space for himself, but he loses it to Thompson. Here comes Tage. Tage centers that one just off the stick there of Quinn. And Edmonton, they go back the other way. Not an icing, though. So Anderson comes out to keep play moving to Skinner. Skinner chips that one inside. Nobody there. Breakaway for Fogle. How did this happen? Oh, they missed. The poke check. Anderson. Wow. He comes up huge.
Oh, my goodness.
Sabres catch a break there. That should have been a goal. What are you doing?
What is he doing?
Oh, my
he
God.
Gets it back. Yoki, how are you? Almost just blatantly gives it away. An easy odd man rush.
Yeah. Why does ESPN keep subtracting shots every time they flash the thing back on the screen? Yeah, it's like 34, then 33, then 32. They can't get it right now. Here's Skinner from behind his own net for Edmonton. Gets it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl up along the far boards. Down the wing they go. Yamamoto, he's speedy, he's fast. He gets cross-checked. No call on Peterka. Darnell Nurse loses it to the Sabres. The Sabres just about get it out. And there's only 5.5 minutes to go here, folks. This is getting dire. Yamamoto inside. Gets a nice touch pass. And I gotta have like a little sticker every time Bryson comes on the ice. A nice little warning. Like goal incoming. Sabres almost jumped that play at the blue line. They get it to the front. Edmonton does. That shot goes just wide. There's almost a broken play, and there it is. Here comes Cousins. Cousins with some speed. Cousins! Toe drags, goes to the inside. He had a stick thigh. He gets it back. What a one-timer. Save there on Middlestat. This clearance. Opportunity. Oh, man. This clearance goes down the ice. Clegg with it now. Spring pass to Hinostroza, who's been one of the better players here tonight. Hinostroza, what a nice move at the blue line. Goes into the Edmonton zone, onto the backhand, throws that one behind the net to Middlestat. Middlestat on the backhander, down low for Cousins. Cousins, he just got totally upended, but it's thrown away. No shot, though. The stick was lifted there of Middlestat. He's having a great shift right now. He's feeling hungry at the moment. Here's Middlestat again. On the forehand, out of the corner. No, he goes back. No, he comes out of it again. He's shifty. He finds an open man. Lyubushkin! Shot! Save!
What an opportunity there. Lyubushkin walks into a shot there, but Skinner able to make the save. 78-mile-an-hour wrister from the point. And Sabres are buzzing, but it might be too little too late. 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, only 4 minutes. I'll let this clock keep on running here. Folks, still 2 away from 1650. Folks, can we get there? Please, can we get there? I'm desperate. I'm very desperate. Brother Lyubushkin, we almost had the gummy bear song. Damn it.
It would have been a miracle.
Oh, my gosh. I was waiting to call for a Boosh play. Oh, come on. We go to a commercial break? Why? Why? But we got 4.5 minutes to go here, folks. But Stuart Skinner is the only reason why this game is not 6-3 Buffalo. Just saying.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a game. Again, if the Sabres lose tonight, you need to win tomorrow. If you win tomorrow, you're fine. But if you lose tomorrow and lose this game, season's almost looking, out of reach.
Yeah, it's getting a little dire there for Buffalo.
Huge games. Yeah, every game matters here.
This is playoff hockey. This is what it's like to play in meaningful games here. Yeah, but Stuart Skinner, I think, has been by far the best. Other than McDavid, of course. McDavid's always the best player. But Stuart Skinner has been phenomenal for Edmonton.
That he has.
And it's unfortunate. Sabres running into a goalie here. They have run into a hot goalie. He's doing really well tonight, too. So that's not great. But we got 37 people now into the chat. So thank you, folks, for joining us. Let me see what the chat says. Scarborough Sabres. Baby, that's the Skinner. What a goalie. Don, your clock has... Yeah, I know. It's not anymore. That was a couple minutes ago. I was reading a thing there. But Sabres getting really close really close that time with Ilya Lyubushkin. So it's unfortunate they can't get the equalizer. Of course, it had to fall to Lyubushkin of all guys.
Yep.
But just keep
Would
getting
have
it.
been magical, but
that was a great shift from Buffalo. That was a great shift. That's what they got to keep doing.
Yeah, Cousins, Hinostroza, and Middlestat all played great around the perimeter there. They got a few chances in front of the net. I wouldn't be surprised to see them back out there for another shift after this number one line gets off the ice.
Oh, here's a quick face-off. One there by Buffalo. They get it deep into the Oilers zone. McDavid, though, picks it up, gets it along the boards, and out. Oilers get it out. Draisaitl out wide to McDavid. Look at the speed from him. McDavid into the corner. He throws an elbow up on Quinn again. No call from the refs. And Thompson starts the rush here for Quinn. Quinn, he had his pocket picked by McDavid. The Sabres, though, quickly get it back here with 3:40 to go now. 3:40. Time is not on Buffalo's side right now. Here's Thompson. He fires a shot. That goes off a skate. And fortunate enough to Quinn at the far boards. He finds a seeing eye pass to Dahlin. Dahlin holds. No play yet on the puck. Goes onto the backhander. Just throws it down low, deep into the zone. Skinner with it now. Trying to get away from McDavid. That's tough to do. But Skinner does. Skinner off the backboards. Looking out in front. Centering it there, but no one there for Buffalo. Foegele takes it back for Edmonton. He gets it to Darnell Nurse, who's going to skate around with it. Darnell Nurse to the far side. Foegele almost didn't get there, but he slaps that one down the ice. No icing. No icing. So Clay is going to have to play with less than 3 to go now, folks. 45 people into the chat. Subscribe. We need 2 more to 13 or 1650. Who's going to be the 2? But here comes Olofsson leading the charge for Buffalo. He just skated. He just fell over on his own. Like, no one was near him. He just fell over. I'm just putting that out there. That's
good distraction there. Sabres end up with
Power.
Power
can't keep it in the zone. It goes down the ice. Power with it now on the backhander. Miscommunication there, though, with Clegg. Edmonton steals it back. Yamamoto pins it against the boards. He's going to waste some time here. Sends it to the point. Kulak sends it behind the net. And for Buffalo, you got to be looking to pull this goalie really soon if you can't, once you get this puck in deep. But right now, Edmonton doing a great job of wasting time right now in the corners. Clegg with it. Clegg has it. Plays it to Cousins, who dangerously plays it across his own net to Clegg. Clegg trades. He goes behind the net now. Sabres really can't get any space up ice. Edmonton locking down the neutral zone at the moment. Can we get up ice? What are we doing? Here, finally now with Cousins with some speed. Cousins goes out wide. Cousins inside Middlestat. Stopped there by Skinner. Sabres cannot keep it in two, and they've now pulled the goalie. Here's Dahlin. Dahlin, Spinorama. Dahlin, he got hooked. There's no call. Middlestat though at the side of the net. Middlestat with it. This is do or die time for Buffalo. To the point, Thompson found on the shot. Gets it back though. Sends it down low to Hinostroza. Hinostroza's out there like that. Here he is at the far face-off circle. Sends it to the front. Cousins couldn't tip it on and in. He does get it to Thompson at the point. To Yokiyaru. I don't like that. To Dahlin. Dahlin, short angle shot. It hits the outside post. Cousins now to Hinostroza. Hinostroza. He fires a pass to Middlestat. No shot yet. Back to Thompson. He fakes the shot. Sends it down low to Middlestat. Middlestat now. Down low. Takes it back. Less than a minute to go, folks. Middlestat with it. Trade spots with Dahlin. Up top to Thompson. Out wide, Hinostroza. The shot saved. Rebound picked up by McDavid. And Foegele. He's on the boards. He cannot get it out, though. Cousins keeps it in. Down low. Oh, the tip just missed Middlestat. And Edmonton will now send it down the ice. It bounces all the way, and this will come back for an icing. 30.9 seconds to go here.
They had them pinned down there, but they just couldn't get the puck to the net. 30.9 seconds. Edmonton can get a much-needed change now. Time's running out for the Sabres. So many chances, but
Middlestat, that last opportunity, the big one there. Oh, man. They just could not get it to go. And Dahlin, his shot, that definitely did hit the outside post. I was right. I kind of jumped the gun on that call there, but it definitely did hit the outside. And now, Jay Woodcroft, coach for the Oilers. Hey, we did get to 1650, folks. Thank you.
Go.
Hey, can we get a couple stragglers to get us to 1655 maybe? Get us firmly into the 1.65 range, but we are halfway to 1,700, folks, so thank you for that. Lots of new members of this community, but stick around. We got 30.9 seconds in what has been a great game, but even if Buffalo doesn't win this, I think they have a lot of juice in the tank ready to go for tomorrow. They got lots of reinforcements coming their way, and they will be even hungrier.
If you needed a win out of one of these two, it's definitely tomorrow's game. But still 30 seconds here. Offensive zone. I misspoke. Edmonton cannot change because it was an icing. But with that being said, Buffalo did call their timeout, so Edmonton should be pretty fresh out there. McDavid's out there. Sabres need a quick one here, but again, 30 seconds is still enough time. If you win the faceoff, you could still afford to get it set up.
Here's Cousins leaning into this faceoff against Draisaitl now. Cousins, we need this faceoff win. This is big. This is a big face-off here. Got to get possession right off the bat. Otherwise, Edmonton's going to fire this one down the ice towards the empty net. And the refs, they don't want to. It looks like Edmonton tried to cheat and get a couple of changes there, but the refs caught them. Wes McCauley threatening a call penalty unless they get back to the bench, but no penalty there against Edmonton. Cousins now leans into this face-off. He does not win it. Now he does, to the point for Dahlin. Dahlin down the boards. They send it in front. Middle stack trying to get it there. No. Now Edmonton clears it down the ice. It goes off the glove, so no icing. And that's going to do it for this game, I believe. Dahlin, no energy going back. He's so slow. Cousins going through neutral. He gets checked at the blue line. Draisaitl picks it up for Edmonton. To McDavid. They flip it to the empty net and score. With 5 seconds to go, Edmonton gets the dagger. Hard-fought game, won there by Edmonton, unfortunately. But I do like how the Sabres... no goal!
No goal!
No goal. Oh, it doesn't really matter, though. There's 5 seconds left. Again, another no goal. I think there was an offside. Offside, yeah.
Not going to matter, but...
It's not going to matter. 5 seconds to go here. This is unfortunate. The Sabres cannot get the 2 points again at home, but it's not for a lack of trying. They really did push, but once again, they ran into a goalie tonight. A very solid goalie in Stuart Skinner. Anderson did not make enough saves here tonight, and it's going to cost the Sabres once again. Can we get a goalie to steal us a game? Please. Please.
Yeah, just unacceptable for the Sabres, and that is going to do it.
Yeah. Off the face-off, Edmonton wins it. There it is. And Connor McDavid gets into it. Now there's a whole little skirmish after the play, but it doesn't change the fact that the Oilers have won this game 3-2. A gritty result for them in their race to get a home ice advantage for the first 2 games in their playoff series. The Sabres, they continue to be 3 points out of a playoff spot. They cannot get the win here tonight because of Connor McDavid. This is a big loss for Buffalo here.
Yeah, big loss, not the end of the world. Need a win tomorrow against the Islanders in Long Island.
That's a must. That's a 5-point swing. That game is a 5-point swing. So the Sabres cannot get the result. We will continue to watch Ottawa from our collective couches. But that's going to do it here for this stream tonight.
2-0 thanks Chicago. 2-0 thanks Chicago.
Yes.
Let's go.
Big play. We cannot let Ottawa...
that's going to do it here.
That's going to do it for us anyways. I was Don. This was Cal. This is Buffalo SportsCenter. Folks, make sure to subscribe on your way out. We are at 1651, so we gained 11 new subscribers here from this stream. Thank you. We will be live again tomorrow night for the Sabres-Islanders game. Another big one for Buffalo. They got to win that one. But that is it here. Cal, any final words for the Sabres as we end the stream?
Need a win tomorrow.
That's right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.